Good evening, one and all. It's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. It's time for us to be jumping into some more good old Warframe. Welcome on in, everyone. How are we all doing? In case you somehow haven't noticed it yet, my voice is still being affected by this cold. But welcome on in, everyone else. How are we all doing? I hope you had yourselves a good Christmas, if indeed it is something you celebrate. If not, I hope you've had a good start to your week all the same. Welcome on in. My Christmas, it was good enough, but I could have done without being ill, quite honestly. Illness is just so utterly pointless and just took away from it all. I managed to recover today, enough to at least be able to stream, although I've done literally nothing work-wise. Some of you might be like, it's the Christmas week, you shouldn't be working. I wanted to, but no, I need to make sure I had enough energy for this evening. And yesterday and the day before, they were writes off. Just a write-off, quite frankly. Reason why I'm saying, I've always found Cairn to be a great Warframe streamer to farm to. Fair enough, I'm going to assume you meant to farm to and not to farm to, as if someone else was suggesting I should be farmed. But all the same, thanks for his one. Thank you. Looks like the cold procs persist? Yep. Well, these are more viral procs. You know, we call it a cold, but it's just the common virus, isn't it? It's honestly such a pointless thing. You want to tell me that just some random bits of genetic fat floated through the air, hit me somewhere somehow, and my entire body just throws a wobbly for a week? Great. Thanks, biology. That's a smart play. It's wonderful. And by wonderful, I mean it's shit. But it's fine. It's the human condition, as they say. Hello, Arcane. How you doing? Well, I'm not going to let that deter me. We're going to head on down to the Sanctum Anatomica, which is a lot easier to say when you're just saying it on its own and not as part of a running-on sentence. At least according to the number of times I had to re-record it for that video. Thanks, Ren. I hope I will be. Otherwise, you'll still get gravelly, deeper, sick voice. But yeah. Oh. And apparently the food I've had earlier is trying to fight with me, I guess. Nah, it's fine. I'll be okay. Or I'll die. One of the two. Anatomical is absolutely a mouthful. Yeah. Also, my Fibonacci. He turned green. That's a thing. My Fibonacci turned green. Blooper reel for the Sanctum, blah blah blah. Yeah, no, it doesn't exist. I just straight deleted the audio that's not necessary. Yeah, my Fibonacci is green. My bird has turned purple and yellow. And yeah, Tagford's looking, frankly, regal, but in an almost evil way. Like, still working through anger, I guess. Yeah. So all three of the animals have decided to take on a little bit of a color shift. So that's a thing. That is a thing. Toxin proc Fibonacci. I mean, he verges on the edge of toxic at times, I suppose, yeah. Just close. Just a little close. Anyway, we're going to get started with the need to cough. So I'm just going to... I have the correct hotkey set up this time, so nothing should break when I use it. We'll see if that is actually correct, as and when we get into a mission. But yeah, we're going to get going with a Netracell, because I have done none of the...
Thanks for
Oh, come on. No.
giving us a purpose.
See, I heard about this bug.
Breaking apart. Better to be alone together.
No. Come on.
Little while has been well, happiest is a stretch, but least miserable I've been since all this happened.
See, I've already had this conversation with him.
Saving what little we had left. But just so we're clear,
The whole thing.
when we find Albrecht, the old man is mine. Even
Don't think he's angry to me? Yeah, I suppose. Thank you, Crescendo. Alright, So,
Man
Netracells.
kept a lot of weird crap down.
Netracells. I have got all 5 of them left to do. The difficulty is very high, so of course you lot are welcome to join me. Not because it's very high difficulty, but, you know, it's better together, let's be real. So I'm going to set this to friends and invite. If you wish to join me in game, send me a message, the Kengineer, I'll bring you on into the squad. I will promise not to share any viral procs with you. I mean, you all should have antivirus installed, so it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, we'll run through the Netracells. Saltmere, be one of us. Saltmere, yeah. We got a Jinkyu here. There we are. Test and then invite, yeah. I mean, test works. Hello, Zom. You've done 10 Netracells so far, didn't get a single Archonshine? That's unlucky. That is unlucky.
Bird 3. What I wouldn't give.
I mean, I figured it was Solomon, yeah. It just threw me off that... I referred to you as Solomon, but there isn't actually anything between the M and the R to make it Mir. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, so I just stumble. Anyway. Do we know the RNG of Netracells? Yes, we do know the drop table for it. We do, yeah. So you can look it up on just the official drop tables. It should also probably be on the wiki for the same reason. Hello, Airsoft. How you doing? Crowd say, seeing your rank reminded me how a friend and I just how many legendary ranks there are. It's kind of terrifying. Yeah, there's a lot of people at high ranks. I mean, let's just choose some random people. Let's not go with someone who's got all the swirlies. They're going to be legendary. Let's inspect this random person here. What is your rank? You are... Never mind, 17. How about this random person right here? Legendary 2. So it only took 2 people for us to find a legendary.
We've had a few.
Doesn't take long, does it? Looking for people to join? Yes, indeed, Airsoft. We got a space open. If you can beat whoever else is probably typing a message right now, you can join us for the Netracells.
Maybe we can be devolved. Back to what we were. Maybe I could live with that.
You want to just...
Simplicity, you know? Nothing complicated upstairs. No demon. Yeah. Love you too, baby.
No. No. You don't want to regress. What I press to inspect the people? You know when you look at someone, like this, something appears at the top of the screen? Their username, and it says press I to inspect. Yeah, so I press I to inspect. And it inspects them. Hey, look, another legendary. There we are, let's bring it in. Jet to say was hosting 60 Eyes runs today and got a full squad of players that asked to join, then proceeded to complain why we're doing 60 Eyes. Nice. Oh, you don't have the option to inspect on console. Damn, guess PC really is better. Oh, wow, look at that. Found an heirloom supported as Legendary 3 as well. Yeah, there's a lot of Legendaries around. There's a lot of Legendaries around. But if you're not Legendary, there's no problem with it. No problem whatsoever. Once upon a time, it wasn't even possible, so who cares, really? I'm walking down there, but I don't want to be there. I want to be here to start the Netracells. So, let's do that correctly.
For an old guy to build all later.
On Switch, it's right on D-pad to inspect. Interesting. So it is possible. You're just saying that it doesn't tell you, Cosmo. Interesting. One thing I've discovered with this cold is that a couple of my mannerisms don't work with my current vocal range. Jetta, cheers. Throat sounds dry? No, it's a cold. It's a cold. I'm dosed up on painkillers and other meds to get me through nice and fine, but it's an illness. I've been ill over Christmas. But, yeah. I have discovered that my vocal range is such that some of the usual things I would do or say doesn't actually work.
Listen, you're not getting out of the anchor hole.
Let's just grab this one. Let's grab this one. Cool. So, for example, if I come across something of curiousness, of some mild interest, but not enough to really respond to, You know, you might go, huh, but in a high pitch. Well, my high pitch is, huh. My high pitch is, huh. It doesn't quite work. Yeah, it's not there. I'm trying. I'm actively trying to do it. And it's not there.
Use that terminal.
If I try to go even higher, nothing happens. Just air escapes. So yeah. You hit your load times. Oh. Well, we're all in now. Let's do this.
That was the easy part.
A little bit like Albrecht. Maybe that is a silver lining.
Coated with partial coordinates in these halls. Yeah, even he got lost down here.
I'm trying to think, is there any standout voice line to say? You know what? Let's run with that. Every time someone new arrives, you are late. Yes. Let's go with that. I don't know why I'm shooting everything. I have no reason to. We end as we began. Yeah. We could run in various ways with it, couldn't we? It's going to serve the void in our own world? Yeah, I'd rather not. That does sound bad. Oh, looks like you got those. I will leave you to it. Let's head to the next terminal. About the voidness in the voice? Yeah. Yeah, I definitely do not have void tongue in me. Where is it sending me? I'm going to mark it that way. There's a marker this way. I'm going to go this way because it's probably further away. Someone else can get the closer one. Oh, hey, that's like the assassination start. Oh, I cannot go this way. Endo 4? Oh, I'm going to guess that is sculpture. That's neat. Pop, Cypher. Because I'm not going to try hack that as Lavos, because Lavos' arm gets stupid. I was walking off the ledge reading chat. Yeah, I'm not used to the tile yet to exactly read where I am just at a glance. So I will just straight up fall off at times if I look away at the wrong time. Like, walls are actually quite useful for keeping me in one place. And in my peripheral, informing me, oh yes, this area is wrong. Especially it doesn't help when the tile looks like it should continue because of the waypoint, but it just doesn't go that way.
Key glyph. Try another one.
Man, I really wish these guys had a headshot. It would be so great for charging my weapon on them, wouldn't it? It'd be so great. Yoink. Cosmo say, I figured it out. For some reason, it wasn't bound on my game. Oh, okay. As you do. Jester asking, how is D finding perfect voice acts of the Orokin? They all sound exactly how you thought they'd sound. DE are a pretty big company at this point. I guess they just, you know how to get the right recruitment going. I mean, come on. They've managed to grab voice actors where people know them by name. DE are a pretty big level when it comes to acquiring this kind of talent. Hell, look, they even could afford to send me to Canada. So, you know, they must be doing well.
We ain't done. Local threats are triggering a security override.
Alright, security override time. Let's kill all the meanies in the area. Funny the palm was a crit spot? Yeah. But just somewhere. I really don't mind where, just somewhere, so it has value. Instead, they just kind of get in the way. How to drink milk? You drink it. That is a really weird question. I hope we're not going to have too much weirdness from people today. I was not proud of Sunday stream. I'll be honest with you on that. Not proud of that one. I have the feeling the regular Clevin way tankier than they should be, ignoring weak points. Well, the walkie things with the arms on them. These ones, yeah. Yeah, the weak spots are meant to be targeted, but at the same time, the weak spots pop so quickly that I get very little charge from them. Very, very little.
Trying to lock this thing down.
Pop.
Take him out. We ain't got all day.
Easiest pop. That thing just pops as well. Just wondering, the Arbiter's mod for the Burston, would it work well with the Incarnon? It's a fire rate buff, so yeah, sure, enjoy that. The actual Syndicate buff doesn't really hold that much value to me, so I don't care for the Syndicate mod, but yeah, you can use it. I forget my exact modding on this setup, I'll be quite honest with you. But I didn't find the need to use the Syndicate mod itself. I need to make sure I kill things in this area. Oops. Standing next to that Wisp is getting me zapped. Not a fan. They've gone for a long way from grabbing random employees to voice actors. True, yeah. I mean, Reb's done well. You can see the improvements over time, but Reb has done well. There's no taking that away from her. In terms of the voice acting, she has done well. When you think about it, she's done voice acting of one of the most important characters in the entire game. If not the most important character in the entire game, let's be real. Was community manager for a very long time. Not sure where she started, but she's that for a long time. And is now currently the... Oh, what's the exact title? Project director? Or game director? Something like that. I forget the exact thing for it. But suffice to say, yeah, she wears a lot of hats at that company. And that's just the ones I can rattle off the top of my head. Creative director, that's the words. That's what I was missing. Thank you. Does the burst get affected by crit? Does what burst, sorry? And what, in what circumstance? Oh, these bloody things which are bloody immune to bloody anything. Die when I shoot you because I don't have the frickin' headshot to get charges on. Seriously. And if they got overguarded, it doesn't count on them neither. There's the ones I want. These guys. These guys are great. Big ol' head hitbox. That just feels better. The Syndicate Element Burst. No, they're a fixed damage value. There is no critical to them whatsoever. The Syndicate Radial Effect, as it is referred to, just does what it says on the tin. Also, I'm going to turn off the damage numbers. As much as you guys might be appreciating the red crits, I like being able to see where I'm actually shooting. Wow, Dark Lavos. Yeah, I like to be able to see where I'm shooting. Oh, that guy was hurting me a bit. And now it's fixed. Oh, again, I run out of charge when there's a non-headshot enemy. Are you kidding me? 2 of them. Sod it. Take Spore Laser. Spore Laser kind of shreds these things. Okay, that one is not being shredded. Why you no die? There we are. Seriously, making multiple enemies without heads to headshots in the area of headshot weaponry? I don't like that.
You're in. Grab and
Hey,
go.
it is what it is.
Can't wait to see what you've got when you get back here.
What the elements am I going for? Burst and Prime, Radiation Blast? Radiation Blast? That is a weird combo if it was even reasonably possible through modding, normally.
Nothing.
I suppose with the new Radiation mods you can do it, but why would you?
Okay.
No,
Next time.
Radiation, I think it's... I think we're using... Is it Radiation Cold or just... Yeah, Radiation Gold, yeah. It's both of the CC elements. Cold also gives the crit damage buff, if I recall correctly. Radiation is strong against a murmur in general. Yeah, it all works together nicely. Yeah, I don't know where you got blast from. See where I'm shooting, does the general direction TM not work for you? No, because I'm using a precision weapon, which likes to get headshots in a precise place. And if there's just this spread of numbers in front of me, I can't really do that. Hang on, am I dumb or something? Oh, well, there's...
Come on. Let's at least pretend this mess can still
Right,
work.
let's try that again. There we are, this time properly off. So yeah, the burst in here. So we got heat, electric, so that's giving me solidly radiation right the way through. Rhyme rounds, we're getting the cold, we're also getting the status output, which is a very nice in general for just getting things on nice and quick. Previously this would be a corrosive heat setup, but radiation is just very, very effective against the murmur, and armor is not really that much of an issue, so we go this setup. And then we got general gritty based stuff. I've got Serration on here at the moment, an Argon Scope, as that was also set up to handle basically when I didn't have stacks, because I've been doing a lot of stuff where I've just not been focused on kills for a long time, everything times out. But if you are focusing on enough kills, you don't need to worry about that. Serration would come out for... I forget, so which, to be quite honest. Serration comes out for something. Tons of munitions, probably. Yeah. Which gives you, then, the freedom to put that in. So, that would be a more standard approach than, as I say, switch over to corrosive. You can go viral heat if you wanted to, but honestly, corrosive heat works very well for Burstum. And corrosive is in a better space than it used to be. Like, corrosive is in a very good space these days. But yeah, against a murmur, slash is nowhere near as important, and there are enough cases, like against the bosses, where we don't have enough kills going around to keep stacks up. Yeah. You heard Galvanized Aptitude's bugged on Incarns, I don't know if it's true. Galvanized Aptitude has a litany of issues. To know which bug you're even referencing is a crapshoot at this point in time. Galvanized Aptitude and the other Galvanized Damage mods, first of all, they apply differently based on the attack nature of the weapon, and then that's only a rough guideline, there's exceptions. Hit scan, it applies additively, projectile multiplicatively, and radial doesn't apply at all when it comes to how it stacks with pure damage mods. Further to that, a good number of the Incarnate weapons, I don't know if it's all of them, but a good number of them, the damage bonus on the Galvanized Aptitude and similar mods doesn't affect the damage bonus that you get from the evolution to on all the Incarnate weaponry. If I click through to that there, you can see that we're getting plus 42 on the damage, and the base damage in normal mode is 88. I think that's including the plus 42. So it's showing that it's about half the damage is coming from this. And likewise, we get into these numbers as well. Is it from that, or is that from, is that just the base value? I forget. I'm going to double check. Just so I'm not spouting off nonsense on this. Is it the base there? Yes, I'm seeing base is normally 46, this scheme 42, that'd be 88. Yeah, so it is that. Now, I don't know if that's been fixed or not, but that's the current situation, last I checked. Imagine if it just said what it did what it said on the tin. Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? I can appreciate bugs. I'm not as much of a fan of just random information. Or misinformation. What do we think about this guy's Sevagoth fashion? Well, that's a Sevagoth. That is a Sevagoth. Yep. It's very deluxe skin. Yes. Probably. Very deluxe, much wiggle. You might be asking the wrong person if you're looking for general critiques, as I have the fashion skill of a walnut. And I don't mean walnut the colour, I mean actually a walnut that fell off a tree and was put in front of a camera to figure out how to talk fashion. It's just not happening. You're asking the wrong one on that. FK asking, why doesn't my voice get deeper when I'm sick? I like my voice to get deeper, even if only once in a while for kicks. Yeah, it's I don't know exactly why it works this way. Sinuses seem to get clogged? No, my sinuses. I don't know why I needed to sniff so strongly to demonstrate, but yeah, it's not to do with sinuses as far as I'm aware. Because I can feel all the vibration down in the voice box here. It's just a comorbid condition with illnesses, with colds for me. It runs in the family. Same happens to my brother, same happens to my dad. We all just go deep when we get ill. That's just how it go. No bounty, someone says? Has it broke again? Is it broke or was it on the update? They must have just been looking on the update. Yeah, I talk numbers, not fashion. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know why some people will get a deeper voice when they get ill and others don't. There does seem to be some hereditary connection to it, but beyond that, I can't give you anything on that one, sorry. What I can say is that, on its own, not a bad thing, although it does make for clearly ill videos. Poor Fishinacci looks another level sick. No, Fishinacci asked for this. For those of you who have not got to rank 5 with the Cavia standing, I will try and say as little as possible, but suffice to say, Fishinacci asked for that. He did. Like, objectively, without question, once you go through it, you'll know what I mean. Fibonacci asked to look like that. That ain't on me.
Murmur or no murmur,
He asked to turn turquoise. I mean, he may not have gone for a specific shade, but he did ask for that. And that's all I'm going to say, because there are plenty of people who have not got there as yet. Tagva declared this. And Bird. Bird declared this. Is that a threat for a fight? No, Bird 3. Bird 3 is cool. Bird 3 is legit. Did I record a video with this voice? I have not, no. For the last 2 days, I have just been wiped out. The idea of doing any work was just a no-go. I could barely relax with family, to be quite honest. It was genuinely exhausting, just kind of being involved in anything. Luckily, my family does not get hyper-emotional about Christmas, so we could just chill. We like that. And this guy talks more than I do. But, yeah, no, I don't intend to record a video with this kind of voice because it's just going to sound off. it is just going to sound off, and that's not what I want. For streams, it's funny.
Another day, another
That's about it.
Netracell. What you need?
So if you appreciate at least getting the streams in this condition, subscribe. Because my voice may be deeper, but the selling out is as shallow as ever. That's about the worst joke I've come up with in a while. I'm sorry. That's just, yeah. Doesn't sound bad or anything like that, it's just different. It doesn't sound terrible. If I sounded genuinely terrible, I wouldn't be streaming. Like yesterday, I did sound just dying. But, it still just wouldn't fit. I would have endless comments, unless I called it on the video, I am sick, and blah 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 blah. I would just have people endlessly in the comments going, oh my god, did you get someone else to voice the videos? I don't want to deal with that. Or people are making all kinds of remarks. I just don't want to deal with that. Quite frankly. Extra Xmas. I might as well pick up the ones that don't have a negative on me. Because someone's picking up a forum, I can at least carry something that is of value. There we are.
You got your glyphs.
If I get to the area first and I have one of those right keys, then I can just get it done straight away.
Listen.
Brickero saying, been trying out a new Siren build with 2 of the green shards, a forceful trip armor. Yep. That they do. I've got 2 greens on levels here. And same again. I can full triple corrosive. Cheers, Reed. Appreciate it.
Now you have to find the Netracells.
See, when I haven't got stacks, getting the charges on these guys' arms, really easy. When I start getting damage and multi-shot stacks and crit stacks, they fall apart. Or if I'm using the Serration setup, they fall apart. Because I think I didn't switch back, did I? Let's look at my buffs. I don't know, actually. Can't remember, can't tell. Doesn't matter. Yo, TMB Dean, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime 10 months of it, no less. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for dropping that over here, and I hope you had yourself a wonderful Christmas. Oh, you got that one. I should be looking at the mini-map to go elsewhere. As soon as the update drops, you put your effort into making this Siren amazing. I mean, she doesn't take a lot to feel amazing in the first place, because she's a very, very capable frame. But yeah, this update has definitely been quite the boon for Siren. Have I ever thought of getting people to voice on my channel or collabing? I've thought of collabing, not sure what kind of collabs I could or would want to do, so I've thought of it, and that's about the long and short of it. Having someone else voice on the channel? No thank you. That's kind of a very big part of the channel, is that it is me. I am the engineer. So outsourcing that is not something I'm looking to do. Not in any way, shape or form, really. Someone's going to be going to that terminal, so there's no reason for me to be... Never mind, I do want to go this way. Despite the circle being behind me, it loops around, I guess. Yeah.
That's the Netracell. Open it.
Well, there we are. Netracell is cracking. Hey! It's Tome Room. I can't pick this up, can I?
And make sure the system can see you doing it.
Whilst we're here, might as well pop the air support. Get a few marks. Oh, look at that. Yoink. Oh, there's a big one. One Velovoka. I see Jinkyu has spent a lot of time with people in pub missions. And is marking, please stay inside the circle. That's what that marker says to me. Hey everyone, here is the circle. Please stay here. Just saying, well, you could appear on Nightmare's Warframe podcast either from time to time. Would love that. If he invited me, it would be something to consider. Popped onto Nightmare stream just earlier today, actually. Ah, is that keybind to a vehicle? Okay. Alright. So it turns out it is a keybind, but it's not one I need to worry about right now. But yeah, popped onto Nightmare's stream just for a little bit. Turns out he was going through some interesting conversational topics, including the video why femboys are better than women. The man has a certain theme of videos to go through, I guess. Videos to watch and enjoy and indulge in on stream. I was surprised, but there we go. I think the chat there concluded that he basically admitted to being, to meeting the criteria of femboy himself, so there we are. That's my takeaway. Nightmare Frame, technically a femboy. Says the person who wore Catty as a maid outfit. It was a viewer recommendation. Oh, is that what it was? I mean, Nightmare seemed more than happy to have it on there. He's clicking through to others as well, showing off his front page, and it was about as weird. I mean, it didn't seem out of his element, is what I'm saying. But hey, that ain't a bad thing. It's just a thing. I just want charges on this gun, please. Why does everything have such vulnerable heads or no head? Why? I can barely get anything. Yeah. Penguin said, did one public Netracells this week. It was super painful. They couldn't stay in the circle. Yeah. Yeah, you'll get some like that. I feel like what's missing is a in-world marker. Because if I kill this thing here, you see the line from it. And if I kill this one here, no line goes out from it. But who's looking after killing an enemy to see, did I get the purple line from it? So the circle radius right here, this needs to be visible in the world, not just on the minimap. Much like how in Circulus, with the Dax walking around, you can see the zone that it creates. It's very clear to you. Yeah, just like the Deimos bounty, even better, Penguin, even better. When it's visible, people can react to it. When it's just on the map more feels like, oh yeah, this is where your bounty is taking place. So there's not really anything telling you.
Am I legally an adult now?
Ray Nuva. Now that is a Christmas gift right there. 21 months of tier 3 support. Thank you very, very much for continuing that here. I do appreciate that indeed, my dude. That wouldn't make you a legal adult. It is months, not years. But hey, we don't expect a 21-month-old. Month-year-old? What the fuck is that? We don't expect a 21-month-old to understand the nuance of that. No, Ray, thank you. And I hope you're doing well. Hope you've had yourself a good Christmas break. Or whatever break you hit. Can it second puberty? This is called being ill, Jimity. I am ill. I am down with a cold. I am recovering. But Christmas and Boxing Day have both been a complete write-off for me, quite frankly. Family made it as good as they could, but it's still a write-off. Oh, instant charge on that one enemy. Beautiful. Beautiful difference. This gun does suffer from success. Thing you dislike about the Zamra? Oh, this is the thing you dislike about the Zamra mission with X-Lasers. Yeah. I mean, at least with the X-Lasers, it's more just a case of time. Like, sure, killing enemies in the circle makes it faster, but it's not that much faster overall. It's mostly a weird mobile defense thing. This is fully required. This ain't on some timer, it's kills. At least that's been my observation. What weapon am I hoping Incarnate for? Honestly, no idea at this point. No idea. There's been so many Incarnate weapons now, so many Incarnate upgrades. I've kind of lost track.
And get back to the sanctum.
It might be nice to have some kind of sniper upgrade, but honestly, I have no idea what they might do with that without losing the sniper in the process. Let's just grab this.
You can
Yoink.
make use of that.
I want this. Yeah. Hello there, Rubber Pig. How you doing? Alright, let's make our way out of this one. That is another mission very successful. We can be proud of that. Huzzah. Just saying, special squad, best squad to slow you down. Yeah. Yeah, Netracells are best in a pre-made squad in terms of just getting it done. Oh, hey, look, an Archon shard. Nice.
With your courage,
An Amber one, no less. Double nice.
we hold the line. Your fish needs you.
But yeah, if you go public, expect problems, basically. It's just like doing the public seal path assassination at the moment. You can expect, from time to time, someone will try to force a 60 eyes, and there's nothing you can do about it. If they don't choose to join the rest of the group to start the earlier one, nothing you can do other than abort or deal with 60 eyes. It's just what it is. I think it's a design oversight in DE's case. They'll address it, I'm certain. They've been on a good track with that.
I know you can take a punch, but no problem.
You've had terrible Netracell luck. 2 shards and 15 runs. Is that terrible luck? 2 shards, 15 runs? Doesn't sound great, but it doesn't sound terrible. Hold on, what was it for the shards? Netracell. Actually, no, wait. No, hang on. Yeah, that is terrible now I think about it, isn't it? What are the rates? Shards are 7.5% for a Town Forged. And what's that? 30, no, 27.5 for is that? Yeah, 27.5 for a non-Town Forged. So it comes out to 35%. Oh yeah, no, you should be getting on average just shy of 2 a week. So if you've done, where was it? Where's the message? Oh god, Twitch moved since I looked. I'll start the mission in a moment, but I'm currently reading. Where'd that message go? Here it is. Penguins. 2 shards and 15 runs. Yeah, no. 15 runs, you look at 3.5, 4, 5. So yeah, you'd be expecting 4 or 5 on average. So to get 2 is unlucky. Notably unlucky. Welcome to, once again, Unfettered RNG. At least we get 5 tries a week, but that's still fewer tries than you can do sorties in a week. It's a thing. Working check drop chances. That will be on the official drop tables or on the wiki. Let me grab you the link for the official drop tables.
You or your squad need to grab all 4 of these key glyphs.
There we are. I know it's an ugly looking link. There's a shorter one, but it leads to that one anyway, so might as well just have the official link. That is the official drop tables. Lose energy. Sweet. I'll just carry this one. Yeah, I'll just carry this one. Drop table, so skewed for the new melee stuff. I mean, it's kind of intended to be the source of it. Putting the rare arcanes as well as the legendaries. Actually, there's also some of the uncommons there, right? Yeah, so it's got all of the new melee arcanes, including the rares and uncommons. I'm not a fan of that. But moreover, I'm not a fan of the sheer RNG of it all. Because, like, if they made it where it was maybe Netracell,
somewhere in these
you'd always get a arcane or adapter,
terminals. They'll tell you where it is.
and there was a chance for it to be replaced instead with the Archon Shard, such to guarantee you 2 Archon Shards per week. And then, in terms of it being upgraded to a Tau Forge, use a similar process to the Archon Hunts of when you get an Archon Shard, you have a 25% chance. If it doesn't give you at that time, then it becomes 50, 75, then 100. Or probably 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. That would probably be about the same drop rates. Because then everyone would get similar tiers of loot, a similar spread. I mean, my favourite choice would be give us tokens and allow us to pick what we want with said tokens, but I don't know, I'm just hanging here. At the end of the day, Warframe is an RNG-based game. It's just, I prefer the RNG to only affect things which you can work your way around to fight back against said RNG. When the loot is, you get this and that's it, deal with it. No trading, no rerolls, no nothing. That just feels bad. I'm not a fan of that kind of RNG. Oh, I keep on following waypoints other people have gone to. Whoops. Also, Queen with the Hydrate. Cheers. Imagine if they made Lavos have a longer cooldown when he got that debuff. That's the thing. The whole point with Lavos is that he gets none of the negatives of energy, but also none of the positives. So, if something would give energy, he gets nothing. If something would take it away, he loses nothing. Both sides of the equation, he just completely nullifies. That's the whole point. So rather than making constant exceptions or alterations and accommodations, going, oh, well, someone's brought Energy Siphon, oh, well, this thing makes it where abilities don't cost energy, he just doesn't deal with it at all. Not his problem. But also not his benefit. I accidentally just undid my 600 bullets. God damn it. And that thing just instantly pops its arms. God damn it. That was dumb of me.
Using the key glyphs will open the Netracell.
Oh, hello.
So
Now, that is something I can charge on. Come on. Yep, thank you. Right, off I go.
I was afraid of this.
There we are.
Security system won't open with all the uglies
And then we'll stay here and kill things.
And make sure the system can
I'd say it does feel like the drop rate system regressed backwards to systems people hate before mirror defense, so it's survival. Yeah, I mean, mirror defense had issues as well because, Jesus, the length of rotations on that, not a fan. That you would end up buying more from the shop. And it would take so long to get there. Like, the citrine farm is not short. And it's one mission which you can't really do anything to speed it up or improve on it. It just kind of exists. There was someone who tried commenting on a YouTube video that a good Nova can halve the time in the mission. I'm like, it's a timed mission. You can't halve that. Yeah. Have you noticed you barely ever take damage to health? Well, me. It might appear that way, but actually we've got a Wisp and also my Lavos is tanky as fuck. So it can look like I don't, but I actually do. But also I have a decent shield recovery, because Agamizer actually doesn't restore my shields. I usually have a Sentinel to do that. Anyway. Really sad you only get a basically useless resource in your mirror defense. I'm not sure exactly which resource you're referring to, sorry. I've not done a lot of the new mirror defense for the labs here. I've mostly focused on gaining the standing from the bounties. I've not looked too much into the rewards, partly because some of the tables are hidden, partly because a lot of stuff can be bought from the shops. And partly because I've just had other focuses, including dying.
Trying to lock this thing down. Take 'em out. We ain't got
Yeah, they're gonna get that Necromite. I'm just gonna hang fire here. They are gonna get that Necromite, right? Right? Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. We're good. We're back up. You burned out on Protea last patch one drop. Yeah, Protea's one is nasty as well. And it's again, a lot of farms are not only harsh, but have no recourse, well, at least you get something. Relic part farming is one of the best out there, because not only can you trade the parts to others, you can stack the odds by playing with others strategically, and bunk parts, junk stuff that even other people don't want, you can turn into other things that people definitely do want. It continues to have value. Prime parts are great.
Even as we speak. I look forward
But
to
a lot of farms out
ensuing
there
win.
don't have anything like that. And Warframe's been like that forever. The old school farms of the assassinations
It's working.
illustrate that as well.
Keep going.
It's just that for the original assassinations, the drop rates were, and still to this day remain, very high per piece that you usually don't have too much of an issue. Equinox, a lot of people talk shit about because, well, Equinox's farm is not like that. It's much worse. Sanity say, relic parts are one of the few loot box systems actually enjoying a game. Yeah. I mean, it's technically loot box. It's more along the lines of key to entry, and it's just more of shared dungeon. It's a mix of things. But yeah, loot box it is, really. But isn't, but is, but isn't, but is. The point is, it's not so much about how the rewards are done, but that every reward has value, to the point that getting the reward you want is achievable within a limited and reasonable time frame. At every point you feel like you've made some kind of progress, you never feel like you get absolutely nothing. And that is crucial.
Slowing us down. Find him. Smash
Because
him.
when you feel like you get nothing, that's where burnout really steps in. When you try to make progress, you do everything right, and the game just says no. I have never found such a feeling to be positive. That's not the one I'm looking for. Where's the one I'm looking for? There he is. Nightwave is Battle Pass, but free to play. Yeah. The Nightwave system is actually really nice. Nightwave is an incredibly nice feature. Yeah, it's an engagement tool, but it's a completely free engagement tool. A completely optional engagement tool, but what it offers is huge in so many ways. It's great. And completely free. Like, not just, oh, well, there's free stuff and then there's paid stuff. No, there is no paid stuff for it. Everyone's on the exact same playing field. The only difference is how high level are you to access content efficiently. I mean, how quickly can you get 500 kills? Can you handle Steel Path? Aside from that, it's equal. I looked away and didn't jump correctly. Whoops. I'm really bad at this whole streaming and reading chat at the same time thing, aren't I? This is why I use Lavos. I mentioned this in the video. It allows me to read the chat and not die. Because I am bad at doing both. See, I did lose some health. It's coming right back. We are remembering that there's a circle, right? You need to kill the enemies in the circle. Not just you be in the circle, the enemies also need to be in the circle. If you don't see a purple streak coming off the enemies when you kill them, you ain't doing it right. Just an FYI. Bad Monkey saying the other week I had subsumed my base Hydroid only to realise I hadn't farmed the MR off it yet. Ooh. Ooh, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Trying to charge the enemies to the inside, so otherwise they don't walk in. No, they'll walk into us. They will walk into us. We just need to make it where the only line of sight they can get is in the zone.
Pet, you can make use of that.
Mission recovery is better QL than some paid season passes? Yeah. That's the thing. DE really could use the Nightwave system to implement a paid version, a paid tier. They could absolutely do what everyone else seems to have done in the live service industry and do that. And they just haven't. For better or for worse, they just haven't. So hey, we can appreciate that. Oh, don't make me shoot you. They have just the burst mode at the moment. Screw your arms. Don't give them ideas. I don't need to give them that idea. They are fully aware of it. If you think that D have never heard of a paid battle pass before, you're off your rocker. Yeah, Salensi, I do agree. The replacement of mixed axe with the fixed permanent axe, as it were, has made Nightwave more passive and boring. I will agree on that. I'm making more Nightwave progress than I usually would, because it's just put in front of me. So it's not a challenge, it's just a playtime. Yeah, I guess they must have just measured that if people cap out even quicker, they get disconnected even quicker, which, again, it's an engagement tool. That's to expect. That's what you expect.
I was thinking, are we heading out then?
Alright, Netracells around 4. Let's do this. Morning, Penguin. How you doing? Red said, I tried and failed to prevent the brokers from scoring in the index Nightwave. Yeah, that one is a really, really standout one for being actually a challenge. Like, it's plenty doable, but it is actually a challenge and has a very strong failure condition, as opposed to a lot of things which is just, hey, kill 20 enemies, grab a fish 6 times, go to Duviri and hope the one thing you're looking to do spawns. Yeah. But you don't have to do all of Nightwave. Again, unlike a lot of paid battle passes, you can do the full Nightwave with relatively minimum diversion from what you actually can comfortably do. You can pick and choose your acts, and it's fine. Really is. Again, quite unusual. GPT saying, it's always confusing why there are so many time-gated things in free-to-play games that you can't pay to speed up. It's to get you to come back. It's to build hype, because players are very good at burning out. Players are very good at overindulging and just wiping themselves out on something in all the wrong ways. Players are also very good at over-focusing on something rather than exploring. So, like, you might get someone who would focus on farming up every Warframe and leveling them straight away, rather than going out and farming missions to get the resources, to unlock other weapons, or to make story progress. All of that kind of stuff.
To leave the anchor hold, access that terminal.
Yeah. So yeah, it's basically a way to get people to play more by getting you to come back later or to go try other stuff. It gets you to play more.
Somewhere in these labs. Sniff it out yourself or get control of terminals.
Oh, Betty, I'm doing alright. Recovering from the cold, but it's fine. Two health leeches on the start there. Violent. 3. Maybe more. We got a lot of Xmas. Alright, I'm going to try and find a distant one of these markers. Okay. This one is not as distant as I first thought. I think there's 2 markers this way. I'll go this way anyway. My pet has died. But he'll be alive. Ace saying the game is designed to wipe out players, though with the extremely low drop rates. When you say the game, as in Warframe, Warframe designed to wipe out players with its low drop rate? Now that, it depends on which parts you're talking about. There are some parts which are obscene drop rates, like trying to farm up an energize from Eidolons, or trying to go through getting Nitane extract from not Nightwave. There are some really bad drops out there, yes. But others are nowhere near as bad. Certainly some people make it out to be far worse than it actually is. But I guess it's a mix of expectations. But I wouldn't say that it's designed to push people away. More recognizing different players engage at different amounts. Now, you got a lot of the early game frames you can achieve in just a few runs, and then you get to late game frames, late game content, and the drop rates do get worse, because the expectation there is, as I'm observing, is that you will play it more. So the longer it takes isn't as much of an issue to you, or you're more likely to drop the money at that point, so they can make it take longer. Nitane does drop outside of Nightwave, but terribly. Like, disastrously. How is this one so strong? Oh.
Security's freaking out. The Netracell doors won't open until you clear out others.
Yeah, I should switch back to modding on this. This is not designed for the mission types we're doing. Game was too easy, you don't think you'd play? That thing, Warframe actually is kind of easy. It is. But there are a number of stop gaps and limiters to just kind of drag out the progression, keep you coming back, keep you coming back. We're looking at premium currency and this game is tradable. Oh, if it wasn't tradable, this game wouldn't have gone anywhere. Absolutely not. If we couldn't trade premium currency like we do, Warframe would not have even close to this level of popularity. That's just the truth of it. Because to have all of the Warframes, you're going to need yourself quite a few Warframe slots, which you're just not going to have normally. Let's be generous, say you only need to buy 40 Warframe slots. So that's 800 platinum. And then you're also going to have all the reactors. And let's be generous, say you only need 40 of those. Well, now we're at 1600 platinum, and we're only on the Warframes. That starts to add up very quick.
Yay. Subversary. Hope you get well soon. Replacement Ken with the weird voice.
Replacement Ken. Fair enough. Moon, thank you very much for 10 months there. I really do appreciate that. And appreciate the well wishes on that. Cheers, Moon. You just realised your companion buff and fire rate did not show up. Use it on your Panzer. Could you check for me? Fire rate buff on... Yeah, you know, now that you mention it. Where is mine? My Thagamizer should have that. I'm going to double check my equipment after this. That is a very valid point. I do not see it. Like, stop with those coughs. They are beginning to make a headache happen. So hey kid, remember when I just started accidentally dropped Nitane from a sabotage mission? Yeah, I remember that. I remember trying to really reinforce, like, wow, you got lucky. Like, obscenely lucky, but also at the same time kind of unlucky because it meant you didn't get another drop that you probably could have used more at that point. You were luckily unlucky. Uniquely unlucky, which, you know, half the course in it. Won't get into that too deep. My folks were going to get bite from Earth sabotage fish catches. Yeah, it happens. I hope I am muting and unmuting correctly for those coughs. Let me just check the current state. Yeah, I'm currently unmuted. Good, good.
Keep thinning them out.
Yeah. No coughs yet. Yeah, I'm hoping to keep them silenced. I've set it on a more appropriate hotkey. Apparently it's a vehicle. The vehicle might be trying to activate though.
Something's going on with necromites. Trying to lock this thing down. Take them out. We ain't got all day.
When did I mute? When did I mute? How? What? I didn't even press it that time. God's sake. I'm gonna keep that screen up. Worse, but... In the mime. Yeah. I'm just gonna make this very clear. If anyone wants to mock my attempts at muting, it's because I don't want to cough on stream loudly and wheezingly. Because it's unseeming, quite frankly. If you want to make a issue of it, realize that you're just going to end up pissing me off. Well, I'm trying to be considerate. Not a good thing to do to someone. Could speed the VTech for Netracells? Sure, theoretically. Like most wouldn't mind coughing on stream. Yeah, nah, that... Because it would be clipping and loud? Nah. Nah, no one needs that.
Hi, 3.
Yo, Shezbot, thank you very much for resubscribing with your Prime there, up onto 4 months. I appreciate that. Hello.
Not what I was hoping for.
So I've got the mute on mouse button 4, I think. Because previously I put it on a different mouse button, but it turns out that was slash. // I don't know why a mouse button is // but it is. So this one is mouse button 4. And I thought mouse button 4 was nothing, but I didn't actually check it in a mission. And it turns out it's a vehicle. But it's fine. Because vehicles don't operate here, I don't need to worry about it. So yeah. Just let me know if I accidentally mute. I'm not the coughing ASMR channel you're looking for? No. No. No, if you're really into hearing someone be ill and struggling, honestly, that says a lot of things about you that I don't really want to know. Alright, let's check what's up with my companion here. Equipment. Oh, operator. I misclicked. That's just annoying. Because, of course, I go through a fecking loading screen. Alright. So we got the shields. And, yeah. If max 1200, increase reload by 6%. Yeah. Alright. 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 God knows what's going on with that one. D+.
Another day. long someone has to
Alright,
live.
last Netracell. Last time to cross our fingers, because we got melee vortex. Yeah, okay. Also burst in setup? What about burst? Oh, yes, because the body was generalized, not set for labs. Thank you. And then it is... I'm just going to search. It's easier. There we are. Honest opinion about melee arcanes and Netracell reward table. If the rewards weren't randomized and they were an option to us, wouldn't be so bad. They are not an option. They are forced upon us. And due to the RNG nature of it and limited missions per week, that just ends up hitting people in all the wrong ways.
Pick your poison, pal. I won't lie.
Yeah.
There's no version of this that feels good.
I'll just take the ones I want to take. What do you guys think about the new Archon shards? Weird, niche in most cases.
That terminal.
I'm still dying. Weird, niche in most cases, and kind of odd.
If you want to
be
find
honest,
out what
kind of
Ulrich
odd.
was up to in that Netracell, you'll need one
I'll look
of
at that right
each
now.
key glyph.
Jiggy, it's simple. Does your companion have 1,200 or more shields right now? And do you have the reinforced bond mod equipped right now? If yes to both of those, it should be working. And if we look here, it's showing. I do have it. So you should see it on yours as well. Not you. Well, also maybe you, but you. With the combo count Arcane's legendary one? Eh, it is what it is.
The Netracell is deep in this lab maze. Get control of a few terminals.
Surprised there's no efficiency or range new charts. Efficiency we've got in various ways, as is. And we gained energy generation or efficiency generation through the Grimoire. Range, D have realized just how powerful range is, and you'll notice that there is a relative lack of buffs in general to range. We have Overextended, Archon Stretch, Augur Reach, and Cunning Drift. And that's it. At least the generalized stuff, not counting Fisher buffs, because high range is absurdly powerful. An increase in range has a cubic effect on AoE stuff. And even where you have linear buffs like to the distance on Vile Rush, it's still insane how much of an effect it can have. And this is why Lavos feels so odd to people who use him trying to focus on the strength, whereas when you realize you focus on the range, how much value you can get out of him. And this isn't a full range setup because I'm using the Golden Instinct build because I can't be asked to switch off it. Don't know why I just really jumped out. Oh my god, this terrain. Some of it is a little bit overcooked in terms of ledges to get stuck on. Not gonna lie. Oh. They're going to that one, but I sense there is one down this way.
I look at it, and I want to spit or split.
Nope, someone's found the butt, and I think it was me. That cough is getting rather wheezy, not gonna lie to you, chat. That cough is getting a little bit wheezy, and almost pulling a tear out, that one. We'll see. I should be fine for the stream. My regret afterwards. But we'll be fine for the stream. Do we do Whisper? If you know where it is, do it. Send it. Get us out of loot. Dude, Cypher's not working here. Interesting, it doesn't tell me that. Oh wait, no, it just didn't want to take key inputs for a while. Okay. You put Virus on Zaku, you love how far you can go with it. Oh yeah, it's great. It is great. Cool, we got a marker on the Whisper, but more important, it's going to be a marker on the loot.
You let it out.
This is it.
Wait, hang on.
Use the key glyph and
Hang on.
Get ready for whatever happens next.
Alright, right. Confusing.
I was afraid of this. Netracells security system won't
Y'all soon?
open
Thank
with
you, I
all the
appreciate
hubris
that.
around. Clear 'em out. And
I didn't
make
leave,
sure
didn't I?
the system can see you
Yeah.
doing it.
I'm unconscious of that. I've been coughing for months. If this lasts for months, I'm going to be pissed. My immune system is usually stronger than that. Okay, where's this thing going? Not close to me, but it's fine. I'm still going to go there because I want to whisper. Trixie waypoint. That is a waypoint that doesn't need to follow the layout of the room. That is one where we can just drop down. The choices on some of these waypoint markers is unique.
Okay, now's your chance. Destroy the book.
Whoop, something looped me. Oh my god, where's my health gone? Where's your weak spots? Where's your weak spots?
You woke up a bad thing.
There we are. Okay. Whew. Alright then.
Killed it. So,
Did I pick up the thing? Yes, I did.
I guess you did.
Cool. So that audio cue of the cat thing talking about the book tells you near the book. Yep, very near to it. Like 10, 15 meters. You'll hear a whispering, a kind of a ghostly, sinister, breathing etherealness. I don't know how to describe it. I ain't got the words for it. Oh my god, there's markers everywhere. But yeah, you'll hear something to indicate you're close as well. Okay, it vanished. I'm just using those to get a couple stacks going, so the gun's a little bit more effective when we get involved in stuff. Whisper? Yeah. Field boss. The book. Evil book. Energy orbs grant energy per second. What? What is this energy you speak of? I do not understand these things. I do not do energy. I am Lavos. I mix vials and I obliterate things. Observe. Obliterate. Oh, I have run out of obliteration juice. Please bear with. I have recovered my obliteration juice. Observe. See? Much better. What have I missed here from I feel like I missed a message, but I don't see where it went. Alright. Just gonna kill the enemies in the air, it will be good. Bye, Xmas. Bye, Xmas. I tried going for a higher pitch there, it didn't work. I felt myself struggle to say that. And my hand was on the mouse to hit the mute. Why is there another Necromech? There we are. Yeah, actually finding the book when there's no marker is really difficult. Because even given the audio cue, when you do get near, which is a chance in itself, because you have to stumble across it, it doesn't mark it and the audio cue won't happen again. So if you didn't pay attention, basically it's gone.
Take him out. We ain't got all day.
Basically it's gone. So all went down. What's happening here? Is there a Necromech? Oh, there... No, there's just these things. Gah. I know I've said it a million times already, but I'm going to say it again. Getting the burst and charge on these things is annoying. I want my overpowered gun. Damn it. Don't make me bring Torrid. I'll do it. You just check the Panzer buff? Ah, fair do. Mine's banished. Yeah, vanished. I don't know when or where. Oh, gods. Ah, where did you...
Necromites are slowing
No.
us down. Find them, smash them.
Okay, that cough is getting nasty. I think I've been talking a lot, so I'm going to talk less now, chat. Yeah. I'm going to start talking a little bit less. Oh. That last pair of coughs hurt a bit, not gonna lie. Loot. Hey, used to play Warframe like 3 or 4 years ago. I haven't really touched my account since. Would I be better off making a new account? Nope. Absolutely pick up where you left off, because here's the thing is that core mods, even core mods that have fallen off, are still valuable. Because worst case scenario, if it's a heavy caliber and you invested into it, you don't need heavy caliber anymore. There are far better and stronger options, more suitable options, so you could melt it down to the endo. You definitely remember endo, and how farming that is a pain in the ass. So yeah, by all means, go through it there. Go through on your existing account. That way you don't have to repeat all the stuff you've done in the past. You don't set yourself back in all kinds of ways and equipment. It's worth keeping the account you had. It really is.
Take whatever Albrecht was hiding and get back to the sanctum.
You can always act like you're a newer player again and go through lower level stuff. Use lower tier mods on your equipment. You can still do that. But yeah.
Not what I was looking for.
For say, heard YouTube the best place to find builds, or is there a website? You can find builds on my Discord in the viewer build section. You can find builds in YouTube guides for myself and other creators. By all means, check out our YouTube channel and just search YouTube in general for any particular builds. Obviously, the larger the creator, the more likely the builds are to be effective, because otherwise they wouldn't become as large as they are. And likewise, creators are human. We all make mistakes. So some builds will be missing certain obvious things, or they may be out of date and we just don't have the time to update said videos. But yeah, I would say, certainly for creator stuff, check out a build, and if it is old, like if the video is, say, 6 months, a year old, certainly if it's more than a year old, check it with the community. Like the community for said creator, and see if they have anything to offer. You might even get the creators themselves responding.
There you are. I would speak with you.
Yeah. Are there rogue void rings of any use? Loot. They're a threat rather than a use. YouTube said to get the postcard? Fair dude. A little bit of a way there. A little bit of a way to go. Reed saying, stop being in pain, feel better, prioritize your health over entertainment. I just need to pace myself. It's fine. I mean, we're already nearly halfway through the stream. Who was it claimed the other day? It was Ray, yeah. I actually have the receipt for sending it. Is it this one? Nope, that was the charity one. Where's the other receipt? Here we are. Yep, I have the receipt for sending it off. I won't show the other side for privacy reasons. But yeah. What's the best place to level up Void Rig? For loot purposes as well, I would say go into Railjack Survival, because there you can level up and do Railjack missions in the process, which means double benefit. There is also Stage 3 of Profit Taker Bounty, which leads to an outside area which you can farm endlessly without hitting the final completion of that stage bounty. And that gives level scaling enemies which you can farm there. But I'd say the Railjack option is just superior, unless you've already looted the fuck out of everything. And even then it might still be superior because you can bring friends along, and they can get the loot. Just have a chill time together. So yeah. I'm only slightly dying, it's fine. Actually, I'm recovering, so it's even more fine. If you were to subsume an ability to replace Wisp's fourth, what abilities would you recommend? Same abilities I recommend every single time anyone asks any variant of the question, what subsume do I put on this Warframe? And the answer is, the ability that fixes the problems you are having. So, what I mean by that is, for example, if you find yourself running out of energy, then an energy generator such as Dispensary or Nourish is brilliant. If you would like to have yourself some more weapon damage, you can look at a damage boosting ability like Roar or Nourish. If you'd like to have something which debuffs enemies, you could look at, for example, Thera Strike or Nourish. Nourish does a lot of things. Nourish does a lot of things. If in doubt, Nourish, but if you know better, which you should do, have a look at your frame, have a look at what you're trying to do, have a look at where you have a weakness. That is what you should subsume. If at the end of the day, there is nothing you feel your Wisp can do better, then no subsume is going to make you feel better, because there's nothing she can do better. It's kind of tautological. The point proves itself. Nice arm strip will be nice. There you are then. Narrows it right the way down, because it turns out most abilities don't armor strip. Decoy is definitely not armor stripping. So once you think, okay, yeah, I'm looking for an armor strip and defense strip, excellent. Narrow it right the way down. If you want to go for a shield-based approach on Wisp, which is a bit weird, but you can do it, you can go for Pillage. If you would like to stick with the health-based approach, or if you just want a very simple armor strip, you can go for, what's it called? Thera Strike. If you've got a high strength, high range approach, you could consider Terrify, which is also a crowd control aspect in the same way. So you can look between the different armor strip options, the different defense strip options, and see which is most suitable for you. And if you're not sure, try them out. You can always switch it out for another ability. That's the best way to go through it. Because it turns out there's not actually that many options to choose from. Yeah, there's 50 plus Warframes. But again, you're not going to use Decoy. Really narrows it down. How can you level up Helminth? Run out of subsumed spaces and feeding thing doesn't level me up anymore. Yeah, so what you need to do is you need to actually infuse abilities, which gives you XP and opens up some feeding that you can then do again. Aside from that, Killer Bean, you'll also find value in getting to rank 5 of the Intrati. That allows you to unlock Helminth Invigorations. These are temporary week-long buffs that you can apply to 3 random Warframes. Those give a lot of XP. Not a little bit, not a moderate amount, a lot of XP for what they do. So if you can get up to that tier and plug that in as well, you are gravy. But otherwise, yeah, it's using the Helminth system itself to score those additional subsume slots. You can't just shove everything in there and call it a day. You actually have to use the system one way or the other. Invigorations are really powerful. Solomir, Airsoft, and I think it was Jinky. Thank you very much for joining me on the Netracells, by the way. Let's go have a look at the Helminth area. There, you close to rank 5? Perfect. By the way, did I just see that right? Did I just see that right? Hold on here. Hold on. You know you don't have to put my name in the note. Because, like, you see here, One Ocean, love your channel, hope can add you as a friend and learn more stuff about Warframe. I don't think we've ever messaged in-game after that, but, you know, they probably learned from the channel. But then I noticed that your message was the Kengineer. Sure. Can you roll Helminth Invigorations? No, but you can earn an override. So, let me show you my Invigorations for the week as an example. So it's picked for me Protea, Banshee, Harrow. Protea, it's given me the option of plus 200% secondary critical chance, that is a modded bonus, and plus 75% ability efficiency, also a modded bonus, also still deals with ability efficiency caps. Banshee, I've got primary critical chance and 1000 health, that's a modded bonus, and then a final bonus. And then for Harrow, we've got plus melee damage, modded bonus, and heal rate, a final bonus. So Invigorations, you get this by getting the Helminth Invigoration upgrade for the helmet system from Sun. Yeah, from Sun, the Entrati, that is Deimos, you need to be rank 5. I think it's Sun. Might be Father. I think it's Sun. Now, you'll notice here I've got Override Warframe. Once you've done, I think it's 10 of these, or once you've done 9, the 10th one of the two, I forget which, but basically something around about 10 of them, you get the ability to override. So you can still just use the invigorations as normal, but at any point I could choose one whilst in a different frame and hit override, and that will change this over. Instead of being a Harrow option, it becomes a Lavos option because I'm in Lavos. And despite the timer here, they last for a week. The timer is just when you get a new set of 3 to pick. Now you see it does use a small amount of resources here, about 107% of resource, which is not a lot really, but for a pretty substantial bonus. So if you consider, for example, that heal rate is going to make my Lavos even more passive. Or if you didn't have Arcane Grace like I do, you now effectively have Arcane Grace plus Prime Pressure Point and then some, just built in. Whereas for the Protean one, the secondary critical chance and ability efficiency, imagine if I took this one and put it onto, say, Eureli. Eureli would have bonkers critical chance and the cheapest cast costs possible. What's an easy way to level the helmet? Well, there's only 3 things you can do. Sorry, 4 things. There's only 4 things you can do. Feed it Warframes, feed it materials, infuse abilities, and use invigorations. Invigorations is the most effective in terms of bang for your buck. Then you got the feeding of Warframes, feeding of materials, and last, actually putting in abilities. Putting in abilities isn't very effective, but it's still an option there to help you get those levels. I would say the biggest though, feeding in Warframes, keep that rolling whenever you got slots to do so, and using these invigorations. It's really worth going for it. Really, really is. Like the sheer power you can get out of some of these. Banshee with plus 1000 health. The squishy frame, no longer squishy. You add in some armor reinforcement one way or another, you're laughing. You've got a health tank Banshee with crit bonus. Is trading for real money allowed in this game? No. You can trade for the premium currency between players, but anything you have in the game will never have real money value legitimately. If you trade in-game stuff for out-of-game stuff in any way whatsoever other than through DE official methods, you're in violation of terms of service. And what happens to your account then, you deserve. Absolutely. Do Archon Shards not give more XP? I didn't think Archon Shards gave XP, but I'll be honest, I'd maxed out the system before they were introduced, so I don't actually know. You know, a guy that got banned for platinum selling, and rightly deserved, quite frankly. Rightly deserved. I know some people might be like, oh, but come on. I've earned this stuff, I pay for this stuff, why can't I trade it to others? Well, first of all, one, you're undermining the economy system, which allows these games to exist, so dick move. But 2, certainly if you're a platinum buyer, a real money trading buyer, a lot of the times you'll be facilitating credit card fraud. Because that's where a lot of platinum comes from in the black market, as it were, is from credit card fraud. From stolen credit cards, spoofed things, however they go about it. I don't know the intricacies of it, but I do know it lands people into all kinds of trouble. It also leads to innocent players getting banned if their accounts are in some way connected to the illicit activity. Say, for example, someone launders a whole bunch of platinum, and to try and hide their activity, just hands it out to people, or trying to launder the platinum itself, buy high-value items like, oh, I don't know, a maxed out Arcane Grace or Energize prior to the recent price drops. Someone's like, oh, sweet, I've got this 2000 platinum now. D then comes along later and says that platinum was stolen, we're taking it away. But they've spent it, so now their account is banned. So yeah, the whole thing is just do not engage. Do not. Mythic saying health tank Banshee, never thought heard about that. Here's a fun thing, Mythic. I have a health tank Banshee that doesn't use invigorations. Health tanks legitimately on the steel path. When I say legitimately, I mean actually health tanks. Takes damage to health consistently, restores it consistently, stays alive. It's not a video at this point, Salancy, so there's no command for it. But it exists. FAQ say all elements of Warframe owned by DE. Player does not have the right to sell it in real money whatsoever. Yeah. Even if not banned, you can end with negative plat balance. If you have a negative plat balance, you're effectively banned, because until you restore your account to non-negative, you are banned. That's my understanding, yeah. So just don't fuck with that stuff. Stay on the right side of the rules. And the same goes for pretty much every single game out there. You cannot turn in-game stuff to out-of-game value legitimately in basically every case, because of money laundering rules, because of banking regulations across the world. It's far too much of a mess for any business to even want to consider, let alone the impact it will have on their own sales and economy. It's just no good. Hey, Ladybug, it has been a while. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well, Ladybug. Sorry to hear you're on horrible Wi-Fi, but all the same, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. I was very curious and had to scroll to see when it was the last time. My god, it has been a while, hasn't it? I hope you've had a good month. Have to say, at least there's a path back from negative plat. Best practice is to wait a week or two before spending the plat from Big Sale. It's just... the whole negative plat thing, I am not okay with on the way that DE handle it. Because it does hit innocent players, and that's a problem. That is a problem. Patrick, sounds weird. Example, I had an old account which was only able to access the website. Code never arrived. Contact support. They wanted 2FA code. Months later, 2FA somehow without notice gone. Account is banned until 2035. Hey, mate. Sorry. I can't help you on that. Account was 4 years inactive. At the same time, if you've got an account that's inactive for that amount of time, anything can happen to it in that time frame. Like, if you completely abandon an account on any business whatsoever, not just Warframe, just anywhere, for that amount of time, pretty much anyone, if they can get just rudimentary details about you, can social engineer their way into owning the account. Was it active because 2FA didn't arrive? Whatever your reasons are, mate. Whatever your reasons are. When you go away from an account for 4 years, you go away from anything for 4 years, things can happen in that time easily. So my condolences on losing your account. At the same time, I'm not that surprised. Like, the odds are low, but not vanishingly low. It's just the nature of the internet, quite frankly, or rather, just the nature of accounts in general. To allow people to recover accounts, things are lax. Lax enough that bad actors can get in. That's just the long and short of it. The only time I have not encountered such a lax kind of security was with my Gmail account. When I moved from one computer to another, I realized that at that time I'd forgotten what my password was. And I didn't have a means to find the password. I tried going through account recovery, and because I just could not fathom the passwords I had, despite giving every detail I could try to give, Google found it not enough to unlock the account to me. It was such a relief 2 nights later when I finally remembered the password and realized why it was so different from the usual password conventions I use to try and remember passwords, because of just how important an email password is. But yeah, a lot of places will not allow someone's legitimate owner to be so locked out, which allows bad actors to get in, unfortunately. So yeah. You tried to support, you met incompetence. I'm sorry you had that experience, mate. Honestly, just that does suck, and there's nothing I could say to make that better for you. Pure and simple. Pure and simple on that one. I can say it does suck that people who unknowingly get traded bad plat are punished. I suppose there's no way to know whether an account has been traded to is used for laundering or if it's an actual player. My problem with it, Cosmo, is that a business should reasonably defer in favor of their consumers. That's where my problem comes in. That's where it really stings, is that they'll throw someone into negative when they know they pulled stuff from somewhere, But they're just throwing an individual into negative because they received an amount of platinum. But if they're in negative, then that platinum has now also gone somewhere. Where has it gone? How far are DE tracking that? The further stages of where the platinum's gone. How can someone end up in such a negative rather than having it rolled back to then force a potentially innocent and often enough an innocent person to have to pay their way out of it? That doesn't strike me right. It just doesn't. Maple Syrup say, always keep all my passwords in a notebook. They keep behind a bunch of books on a shelf. Probably best not to tell people that. I know we're randoms on the internet here, but just as a point, don't broadcast where you keep your passwords. But if you do keep your passwords in a written form like that, hey, so long as only you know where they are physically, that's fine. Quite honestly, that is fine. Because the worst way to handle passwords is to have one password. Because as soon as that gets cracked in one place, it's cracked everywhere. And one of the first things that hackers will do when they get hold of usernames and passwords is try them everywhere. They'll try them on Facebook, on Twitter, on your bank accounts, anywhere you might have a bank account that they can try to then finagle their way through. They use it everywhere. It's why banks have such weird password systems with additional codes and whatnot. Because people keep using their passwords in places they shouldn't. I remember one of the banks I signed up with, they gave me a specific password. It's like, no, you can't even choose this. This is one of the passwords you'll be using. Because they don't trust people to do it correctly. So, if you have different passwords, properly different passwords, and you write them down, the only way that's going to be a risk is if someone physically gets to your house, goes to that book, opens it, reads the passwords, and uses the passwords. Let me tell you, if you're at that point, you got far bigger issues going on than some hacker. You got someone inside your house with malicious intent. Big problems. Probably your mother-in-law. But yeah, also, two-factor authentication, people. Don't be an idiot about it. Don't think, oh, I'll put it on. It's not that big of a deal. It is. It is that big of a deal. If you can enable 2FA anywhere, you must. Because otherwise, you are just waiting for there to be a problem. And why would you do that? Anyway, I've really gone off on a tangent here. How did this happen? This keeps happening. This keeps happening. $5 range hacking. Hey, I feel like that's an XKCD right there. Calls the same with Grandma. Got a new phone for Christmas. We're going through password hell, trying to help us sign back into all our accounts. Yeah. But you gotta remember, this is what I remind people when they complain about passwords, is that the whole point is to stop other people getting in. Because it gets a lot worse when they do. A lot worse. The couple really good open source password managers, life changing to only have one password to remember. Yeah, password managers, reputable password managers, but yeah, password managers are fine as well. Go for it. Patrick saying best is different mail addresses, passwords for different stuff, or mail for spam, or mail for banking, etc. Oh yeah, you can do bits and pieces. Mix it up. Why not? There is a limit to how much security is worth putting in places, but if you are able and willing to do so, sure. More security, go for it. Absolutely. Have I tried out the Tenekai systems yet? I've dabbled. I have dabbled with example weapon with the Cronin Prime. Let me see, I think I put it... Yeah. I dabbled with this one, Opportunities Reach, and D very kindly gifted me all of the Tenekai mods, so I could give this one a whirl. And it's interesting. I've seen some people say it makes Melee just feel amazing for them. I am as yet to be sold on that, but perhaps I just don't care about Melee enough, or need to reconsider meta options more. Yeah. Reason why with the hydrate, I have a little bit of tea left. Ooh. Right, now, in the title, I did also promise you guys not just Netracells, not just not a voice mod, this is how my voice is at the moment. I did also promise you attenuation. So, let's talk attenuation first of all. I would assume at this point, if you're on this channel and care about boss fight mechanics, then you know what attenuation is. But just to verify, is there anyone currently watching right now who doesn't know at least vaguely, at least in terms of topic, what I mean by damage attenuation. Phoenix, I've been using the basic Tenekai mod on Clever build. It's been doing good work in arbitrations. Fair enough. Alright, King, take care. Have a good one. How much does having a high/ratio matter, like using unleveled elemental mods? High/ratio only matters if you're using status chance to apply slash, and then only unlevel your elemental mods if it means that the high/ratio leads to a higher /DPS output. If it doesn't actively benefit you mathematically, then don't do it. You saw it on the Cronin? Alright. Yeah, let me just address this real quickly on the Cronin for the leveling/underleveling. So, yeah. Here I'm using higher slash lower viral. I'm using the underleveled ones here. The reason I'm using that like this is because I'm getting a lot of status chance from Weeping Wounds. So as a result, every increase of the pip on these mods, it increases my viral proportion more than it increases my status chance. If I didn't have Weeping Wounds, there'd be no reason not to max these out. But because I have Weeping Wounds, I have a separate status chance source. Not maxing these out means that I have that higher slash output. And because I have more slash, I'm getting more slash procs, fewer viral procs. Because slash is what actually kills, viral is just a multiplier to that. So having that weighting towards the slash is a positive. Now there is a negative, I have lower direct damage as a result, certainly in the viral nature. So this is specifically designed to rely on slash procs to kill the enemies. Great against armored ones, not so great against, well, everything else. That's the idea. That's the idea on that one. But it is purely a spec optimization. If this was not a slash heavy weapon, if this was using 4 slash procs, either from the weapon itself or from an ability, or if I was not using alternative status bonuses and only using 60/60 mods, there'll be no reason to downrank them. None. And likewise, you could just use a primer as well and then skip the whole viral approach and put something else into these slots. Like I could have Gladiator Might in here, or I could have, hell, even some form of healing. The options are really quite varied these days. Really varied. But yeah, so, damage attenuation. The very basics, pretty much all of you understand, in that, against certain bosses, most notably against Kuvaliches, especially, against the Sisters of Parvos, against the Archons, and now against the fragmented bosses. I'm not sure what the group name is for them. The Murmur bosses? Let's go with that. Murmur bosses. They have damage attenuation, which reduces how quickly you can kill them, especially the fragmented one. The fragmented one seems to have some very, very heavy damage attenuation on it. To the point that various creators have said the same thing, and I said this before with Archons, it is effectively more of a timer. So long as you are applying damage, there is a timer to it. The reason being is that it scales down how much damage it takes based on how much damage is incoming, so that so long as you meet a certain DPS threshold and keep that pressure on, you can't really make it much faster. Tide. They call this one Tide, I call them Tide. I don't know if that's going to reach enough people, to be quite honest, Moon. I mean, it makes sense, but it doesn't reach. Not as simple as adaptation mod, is it? No. So adaptation is you take a few hits, you gain resistance, and it reaches a point and it stops. At 90%, no less. Whereas this is much more skinning on a curve. You know what? I'm gonna do something unique. I'm gonna do something really unique now, because you guys, you've seen a lot of things on this channel. I know you've seen a lot of things on this channel. You've seen me bring out, for example, Notepad. But have you ever seen this? I'm going to bring out something truly amazing now, and flashbang warning, this will blind you if you are in a low light setting, so please be ready. I'm giving you full warning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's not the wiki. It's paint. I'm using paint now. Okay then. Along this side, we have That is really terrible. I was expecting a line. Along this side, we have damage. Your damage. There we go. And along this side, we have boss damage taken. This is a very simple graph. Phoenix, thank you very much for subscribing at tier 1. I do appreciate that. Welcome into the channel proper. Enjoy your lovely blue sub badge, your emotes, your access to support Team Lounge, premium channel over on the Discord, and no more ads for you. Cheers indeed. Flip colors? Nope. Get good. So, normally, normal things, you do more damage, boss takes more damage. Job done. If the boss has normal damage resistance, you do more damage, boss takes more damage. But the boss resists some of it. Simple. But that's not how it works when it comes to Archons and the fragmented one. So what happens is that in the earlier damage, well, you just deal more damage. Because your damage is so pathetic, the game doesn't feel like doing anything about it. But then after that, something weird happens. It drops off. And that is not how you use that tool. So it starts to look, ain't that clever? It starts to look a little bit more like that. Okay, not quite that. It doesn't drop back down again. I'm just gonna... There we are. It starts to look a little bit more like that. So you increase your damage, and the damage that the boss takes, well, it increases, but then it falls off. Now, the real problem thing is we don't really know... Ah, that is really thin. I didn't mean to make it that thin. We don't really know where any particular values are. I don't know if this is 5,000, 50,000, 100,000, or what. We don't know where it is. We just know that as you deal more DPS, and it is DPS, it is a function of damage and time, as you deal more, you get less and less benefit from it. And it reaches it very quickly because the truth is, as much as we don't know where those lines are, top meta weaponry are anywhere from here upwards. So if I do more of a box, this is top meta weaponry right here. This is where you get your Incarnate guns. This is where you get your Spore Laser modded directly to annihilate the enemies. This is where all the really chonky fun stuff happens. And this has various implications, not least of which, seeing as you can't make any faster, it's just going to be that long. Agar saying, so my first shot should hit like a truck. See, that's how it used to be. That's how it used to be. D's damage attenuation has had two factors to it. Firstly, your shot will be reduced, and then second, your shot will be further reduced based on the damage the boss had taken. And this was how we could one-shot them before, because we could bypass this by having loads of multi-shots. Each individual shot was reduced, but because there was loads of smaller shots, the reduction was less significant. And then we had loads of multi-shots hitting simultaneously. The boss died. D got wise to that. I kind of made a video which told him what to get wise to. Is this similar to how it works with Archons? Basically the same, yes. The values are different, the severity is different because we don't know about it, but it's basically the same. So now they front load the time aspect. When you do a really big hit up front, the game kind of prefigures backwards how would that fit into the DPS equation, and so gives this huge limiter on it. So you don't get one big hit going whah and then just tapering off. You don't get to bypass it with your single big hit. Instead, the game has a look at it and goes, oh my god, that would be a lot of damage. And so it yanks it right the way down to somewhere lower. And then your next big hit will be more like that, and your next big hit will be more like that. Things to that effect. This also means that the faster you fire, typically the closer to this maximum line you're going to be. Because any gaps in your firing, any failures in your DPS, you're actually going to end up lower rather than higher. It's the opposite now. Rather than the one shot, careful placement being amazing, it ends up being worse for you. It ends up being worse. That's where we're at. We don't know the values, but we do know that it is basically a function of time. But there's further implications beyond this. There are further implications. Because it means, and as NW Storm Raider points out, they say, it's a bit annoying, we'll address that, it's a bit annoying, my squad noticed we can just not use Raw and not notice the difference. Aha. Now here's the thing, if you're not using Raw, and I'm assuming you're not on Rhino, but you could be on Rhino, but even if you're on Rhino, if you're not using Raw, if using Raw has no effect, well, you can use something else, can't you? What we encounter now is the opportunity, I'm going to call it the opportunity refund. As to invert opportunity cost, it's the opportunity refund. Because you no longer have to worry about the opportunity cost of using something else instead of Raw, because Raw is no longer working, you're refunded the opportunity. You can go use something else. So you can look towards defensive options. You can focus on status nullification to not have to worry about magnetic procs. You can focus onto reinforcing your defenses, on restoring you and your allies. You can focus onto crowd control to deal with the ads, although they got so many Xmas units, which kind of undoes it, DE. Don't you see how this works? If you're going to have ads, we need a way to deal with them that isn't just more bullet sponge. There are some weaknesses with the fight. So overall, the general idea is now that because you can easily hit this damn near invisible limit, that is very easy to get yourself into that grey box where more doesn't matter, you can focus on alternative approaches. And this has further implications still. There's a few of you saying, oh, well, yeah, you just use a strong radiation weapon, right? Well, do you? If you can get good status output, you'll actually want to use heat. Heat you can scale infinitely. So long as you're applying heat procs, the damage just keeps going up and up and up. Now, obviously, yeah, the heat procs are also not going to bypass the curve. The heat procs will be tied to the curve. They will stay along that curve and no further. But it means then that you can go for a heat approach rather than having to focus on the radiation, and that heat can be more beneficial to general killing too. The heat will carry the damage for you, even during reloads or taking time to revive a teammate. Those kind of bits and pieces together. Heat constantly applies the DPS. Further options still, because you don't need to focus on massive DPS top damaging thing, you can focus on weaponry which has ancillary benefits. For example, the Furious. The Furious can heal you with the right mod equipped. Did everyone see where this is going as a direction? Because of the sheer limit on the DPS output, you do need to hit that limit. So, like, I would use a gaze secondary, and it wasn't enough to hit the limit. It was probably around about here, I'd say, on the curve. That's no good. Maybe it was about here. But that was with a weird setup. So long as you have a decent, strong setup, beyond there, you can expand into more defense, into more utility, into more personal defensive bonuses. Now, there are a few issues with the boss's design that kind of get in the face of that, though. The boss nullifying so much kind of ruins that. That it's not so clear what's going to be a nullifying attack and what isn't, not quite so great, in my opinion. You have to just kind of experience the boss and lose to the boss to learn the boss. I mean, for some people that's great. For others, they prefer a more telegraphed approach. I'm more of the, please telegraph a little bit more. Secondly, I've gone through clips from other people, and then clips from my own sorry experience. And I'd honestly say this boss gets significantly harder in a team, not because of the numbers change. The boss does become even chunkier, but that's not what makes it more difficult. Let's dip out this bit. We don't need this now. Let's just get rid of that. Because any of you might remember, I don't know how many of you were here at the time, but I had quite the ordeal with that boss fight. I really did. What are we talking about? The fragmented one, kind of later. If you've just arrived, you'll catch up. But yeah, the fragmented one, damage attenuation. That's all I'm going to give you. Rewind otherwise. When it came to that fight, when I did it on stream with a group, kind of blind getting in. You just got hit. I figured that out. When it came to deal with that boss, it was a shit show. It really was a shit show in so many ways. And part of that is that the damage scaling was so absurdly high that without ridiculous investment in defense, which is unusual for Warframe to have to do, without ridiculous investment in defense, even stronger health tanks like Lavos were getting smashed down. But much more significant was that sweeping beam attack. That sweeping beam attack absolutely slapped me multiple times over. And I've seen plenty of people saying, it's just a skill thing, just dodge it, just dodge it, just dodge it, just dodge it. And that is a reasonable enough answer. Surely, you can just dodge it. And every clip I've seen of people showing them just dodging it, most consistently and effectively, either had some support to make up for when they didn't dodge it, or they were solo. Because here's the strange thing. When you're in a group, there's more enemies. When there's more enemies, there's more shit on the screen. More things to pay attention to. Other people dying is a distraction, believe it or not. When there's more people in the group, things just take longer in general, more time for things to go wrong, and the thing that absolutely slapped me multiple times, I went back through my own VOD and found the verification, the thing that slapped me multiple times over that didn't seem to hit solo players as much, and this may be me misinterpreting it, but it's what I saw. Against a solo player, the 60 Eyes boss would not start the spinning beam attack pointed straight at the solo. If you imagine, circle around Deimos here, here's our baddie right on Nex, and I'm stood here on the yellow of Lavos' hand. The laser beam I saw in solos, the ground floor one, would start off somewhere like here, swing around. You had the time to jump. Here's the thing. If 60 Eyes boss is targeting someone over here, it'll shoot the beam out here and swing around. I don't have time. I literally didn't have time to respond. And then, of course, once it's swung and I'm trying to react to it, I jump into the other one. By being in a group, the telegraphed attack became untelegraphed. It wasn't just me being bad at the game. It literally shortened the window I could react at times because I was in a different spot to where the attack is telegraphed for. Now, I might be wrong on this. I might be wrong on this because I've only looked at a few clips of other players. At the end of the day, there are a few things we can take away from reality that point out this may not be fully true. For starters, it might not actually have a consistent starting point, and it was just good luck for the solos I've seen, bad luck for me, maybe. Second, I have also seen a verified run, verified as in there's no faking this, of a all-Inaros squad beating the fragmented one. Given the amount of damage being poured out there, that shows that that squad was actually dealing with it in a direct fashion everyone was handling. But people did go down. They were using Vazarin to protect people and to get those revives done quickly. On the one hand, using a mechanic. On the other hand, it's also using immortalities. Which is a lot of how high-end Warframe is balanced, is just immortalities. Isaiah? Sure, why not? What else are you going to put there? That's the question. That's the real question. What else are you going to put there? So yeah. The fragmented one. It has sheer damage attenuation, which basically, once you reach the DPS... Who the hell said you could do that? Let me just mute that real quickly. Ugh. So once you reach that damage attenuation level, there is basically nothing to be said for it. You can't get any more damage out of it. So the idea is then to swing around and focus on your defense. But with the amount of additional Xmas units, with a number of them being quite a problem to deal with, quite frankly, if you've got unstacked weaponry, or weaponry not properly attuned for the situation, the sheer amount of crap on your screen that can happen, whilst also trying to dodge the supposedly telegraphed attacks, then it gets a bit of a problem. Add in the nullification. Ugh. Yeah. I'm not the target market for boss fights. I'm just not. That's a fact. A boss fight whereupon a lot of the features we have to deal with are just not there. Well, I didn't sign up for that game, quite frankly. It's there for other people who do enjoy that game. I play Warframe as a gear-based leveling system looter-shooter, where dodging things is fine, dealing with telegraph mechanics is fine, but having my screen absolutely butt-blasted by stuff and a momentary lapse in judgment brought on by the sheer volume of overwhelming visual stimuli at once in a group going just absolutely AWOL, yeah, no, that doesn't work for me. Where my gear is basically told, doesn't matter anymore. The damage is 1 million, your damage output is capped, it's functionally on a timer, don't die, it just doesn't jive with me. Just doesn't jive, that particular one. Oh, that's gaming? Honestly, Ace, I don't even know what you're referring to. I've said a lot of things, all of it is gaming, so I don't know what you're referring to, but sure. Good contribution. There you are. As I say, someone said strength in a build video, but combat dis, Avenger prob better. Okay. I would suggest you go through the builds that they've done with the strength, and then compare it mathematically to what you would get with the alternative red shards you were looking at. Compare the two. Contrast the numbers. Which would give you the higher theoretical output? That's really the answer to it for you. Compare and contrast. Friendly neighbor saying that's why I have visual effects to a minimum bloom off. Screen gets super hectic sometimes. It does, yeah. It's just, it's an overwhelming fight. If you solo, it's not anywhere near as bad, but at the same time, if you solo and you fall on the floor, you better hope you're Oberon, quite frankly. And yes, I have reported that one to DE. I seriously expect them to patch that. That's ridiculous. Good Scream saying, to be fair, Laserbeam has very long wind-up animation where he grabs his hands, etc., but I get what you're saying. Yeah, so the biggest tell of the wind-up is easy to lose in the medley of hands going around, because the boss looks like the additional units, which are all just swarming around, especially with radiation procs. They all kind of, I'd say face up each other, but they don't have faces. They're getting all up in everyone's business. I'm not a moron, and I streamed it, so you can check the VOD as to how it went. Destroying the cell like you described in Destiny 2? Fair enough, I've never played it, so I couldn't say. Just sorry back. Sorry to ask this since it's probably been asked in a previous stream. Sure, why not? Do you have any VODs on Grimoire mechanics, or are you planning on making a dedicated video on it? I will be looking more at the Grimoire in the future. I was intending to look at it before the end of the year, and then I got this fucking cold. This is as much as I can manage at the moment, because I just completely lost Christmas Day and Boxing Day to illness. Also, it's supposed to be holiday time, but you know. D releases an update halfway through December. Everyone and their dog expects all the information in the world a week later. I'm not saying this about you. I just want to be clear. I'm talking more broadly and in general at this point in time. That, we got a lot of stuff in this update. We got a whole new Warframe. We got a whole new weapon class. A whole new mod class. We've had additional new weapons. Weapons? Not sure. Whole new melee system. Whole new melee arcanes. Whole new boss fight. Whole new set of mechanics there as well. Hell of a lot to cover. And when you consider that I put out a video a week, typically. Let's see. If I do the math here, the update came out on, what was it, the 13th? I want to say? Yeah. So, at a week, that'll be the 20th. At a week, that's, oh, today. And we got Christmas. Yeah. I've had time to do one thing. If that. Think duplicate arcane only works on yellow crits? Okay. Two mods, right? Grimoire and melee ones. So melee arcanes. Melee mods? Was melee arcanes? Melee mods? Oh, Tennokai. Melee system. But yeah, I guess they're mods. But yeah, the time it's got all these. Whole bunch of stuff to work with there. A whole bunch of stuff to work with there. Someone say, one thing to note is you can't rely on kill stacks, which is what most power is based on. I'm guessing you're meaning for the boss, the fragmented one fight, and what modding to use. I guess. I gotta say, I reckon D is testing endgame content with this boss, maybe. It's not so much testing as implemented. The test was the Kuvaliches. The implementation was the Archons. And then that was iterated upon after discovering that certain people could figure out reliable one-shots and teach the entire player base about it. No, this isn't testing. This is implemented. This is how D have answered what they've created. This is them sleeping in the bed they've made. Because damage in this game, from our side, has gotten absolutely ludicrous. It's no longer very jank one-off situations where someone can hit damage cap. If you really want to, damage cap is more than possible. Yeah, we are suffering from success with attenuation, effectively. This is DE looking at the sheer output we could do and going, ah! Well, that's, yep, there ain't no limit we can put on that one. How many games have such scaling multipliers like this? How many games let you go from a weapon with double-digit damage DPS to literal billions? How many games do that? How do you begin to balance that? Answer is, functionally, you don't. You put a lid on it and say, cool, this is how it... This is as far as it goes. You deal with it. That's what they've created. To do better than that would be to make Warframe 2. That's it. Those are the options. Yeah, Zalor says, in other games, a 20% bonus is insane. Here, anything under 200% is nothing. It really does feel that way, doesn't it? Maybe not just under 200%, but, you know, it's... Perfect point. Hello, Raptor. I'm feeling mostly okay. My voice is not. I feel like I've gotten higher pitch throughout the stream. Just using voice more, but it's gonna break again. It's gonna break again. This might be the only game where we can fight level 10,000 enemies comfortably. Depends on what you measure as a level system, to be quite honest, but... yeah. This game's level scaling is completely out of control. Completely out of control. Yeah, when you have to find outlier games to compare our damage scaling to, it shows Warframe is right out there. Just right out there. And that's not to say it's an out-and-out problem. If you're looking for a power fantasy game, welcome to Warframe. We have a power fantasy game. Have a look as to how my person doesn't literally one-tap everything, so there is still a measure of scaling going on, but at the same time, it does kind of annihilate everything below it. That's typical MMO progression. You see the same thing in RuneScape, in World of Warcraft, in whatever other MMO you want to think about that has some kind of leveling system. Here we use gear-based leveling, rather than my character having level 75 in strength, level 49 in alchemy, and whatever else you want to think about. We use gear, but it's the same end result. You level up, and then you either fight tougher stuff, or you just steamroll the weak stuff. That's how it goes. If you walk into the Lumbridge chicken farm, does that even still exist on our history after what the gods did there? I don't even know. But you walk into Lumbridge chicken farm with ice barrage, and you're going to kind of obliterate all the chickens. It's not really that impressive. Same here. A very well modded Spore Lacer, painted white like ice, is going to ice barrage the chickens that are relic fishers on Mars. No one should be surprised by that. Under the Unicorn say, WoW solution over the years has been to have multiple number squishes. Yeah, which is basically the same as just saying rebalance everything. And at this point, it would be Warframe 2.0 to rebalance it in such a manner. It would be. Solomon with the cold take, yep. Somebody say, I wouldn't mind some nerfs, but I know how much of an uproar that would cause. It would, yeah, absolutely. There is really no easy fix to this, which is why we're seeing the levels scale more ridiculously. Why the circuit has such an insane level curve. It just goes absolutely wild. Too wild, frankly. But it does. So what are we getting at here? What do we want then? It's more just to be aware as to what the game is that we have, because I'm going to commit a sin that I point out to others, but I'm going to say a lot of people, other people nebulously out there, but I am referencing you, the broader community, the hundreds of you watching right now, and the thousands who'll no doubt be influenced by you referring to it. People do seem to be a little bit confused about the circumstances. People, some creators even, referring to the timer nature of the boss. The fragmented one. All this is recognizing where it's all at, and that basically we're here because Warframe can't really keep scaling upwards. Not without being utterly ludicrous. Unless we want to go back to the days of like early Eidolon meta, where only very specific things would do it in any reasonable amount of time. Unless we want to go back to that, this is what we get. Maybe Soulframe is their attempt at Warframe 2.0? I would say no. Soulframe is looking to be a different game from what I've seen of it. Just because it's made by the same people doesn't make it the same game. That'd be like saying that my Friday variety streams are my Warframe 2.0. Very different approach. Very different things. Very, very different. Penguin saying the circuit also made a level cap it needs to get. I know some creators will stumble over level cap while doing Steel Path circuit. Yeah. But levels just become meaningless, which annoys me, but at the same time, it just annoys me on principle. Just because the meaning of levels is lost, but whatever. It doesn't really matter at that. What about attempt at making a balanced game? What? You mean as in Soulframe is their attempt at making, a balanced game? Then sure, yeah, they will. Why not? Why not? What is a balanced game? Likes of perhaps Slay the Spire, Into the Breach, FTL Faster Light. Just to name a few games that I enjoy off the top of my head that have some incredibly well-tuned balancing. There'll be a starting point. Balance is where the player is presented with enough challenges such that at no point do they feel that things are too easy, nor are they too difficult, that there is a appropriate ramp to it, that the player can apply strategy to the options they are given in order to get optimal outcomes. The Watcher exists, yeah, and the Watcher isn't just an I win button. You still have to play it right. It's powerful, don't get me wrong, but you still have to play it. Side question, where do we get those flying drones? The market. These are called the Necromites. So you just go to the market, and you could get it from all the packs, or just go Necromite. Look at this beautiful thing right here. Look at that beautiful thing. And you get it part of some packs as well. There you are. Question, does Kaleva really benefit from adaptation and rolling guard at high levels? Adaptation if you're using a health tank. I put together the Kaleva build that I had on the video before DE went, actually, you know what, we're going to completely change the overguard mechanic. Ah, okay. Thanks. Yeah, I didn't put rolling guard on any of these, did I? Did I? Wow, I really screwed with some of these, didn't I? Yeah, no, I didn't think I put rolling guard on. But adaptation was for the health tank. It doesn't work with overguard, but it does charge up whilst overguard is taking hits. Don't remember what arcane was there. I'll fix that at some point. But yeah, given that you can now get a heck of a lot of overguard, 21,000, whereas at the time of making the build originally it was like 5,000, that's a bit of a difference. That is, you know, more than a little bit of a difference right there. So it matters less now. You can go for an overguard focus if you'd like. Absolutely. Friendly saying, problem with balance is that the more items you add to the game, the harder it gets to balance. Oh yeah. And that's where internally in game development you would have, rather than per item balancing, you would have the items conform to, or conform within certain limits. And then you balance around the limits. Yeah. Have I had a chance to play around with Corvex and all the other Whispered stuff? I played around with bits of it here or there, Raptor. To be quite honest, so as not to burn myself out on Warframe, I don't play huge amounts of it off stream and out of actual video making. And also there's been Christmas and my cold. Yeah, so I've had limited time to actually engage with it. And a lot of time, personal time, not engaged with it. Yeah. Dan was saying, D also needs to add power creep to make things interesting and make people chase a new shiny. Balance thrown out the window. Yeah. That is the nature of player demand, which in live service games is a thing. It's a thing. That is personally where I feel that live service games have their biggest weakness, is having to find ways to keep people engaged. Because you simply cannot create immersive content quick enough. People consume content faster than it's created. That's a fact. That's just straight up a fact. It's why I would rarely consider doing something more involved than a video that I can put out in a week. Because by the time I've done that, it's too late. Too many people don't care. YouTube don't care. It moves on. That's just a fact. So yeah. Decide for yourself whether that's good, bad, or nothing altogether. Everyone say, I mean, Wisp, not Eyebrow, this is Grime. Okay. Sure. Do you think we're going to see a raid boss that's harder, like Fragmented one? Let's say 10 times harder for good reward, maybe some vertical progression, items, and rewards? Okay, so that's a lot of questions all in one. Do I think we're going to see more bosses like Fragmented one? Don't know. 10 times harder for good reward? Don't know. Maybe some vertical progression items as rewards? Don't know. So those are really out there things that DE have made no comments on whatsoever. This whole fragmented one boss wasn't even announced. It was slipped in there. But also came along with the NPC telling you could do it. Yeah, it's just kind of slipped in there. So we don't know what Dee's plans are around it. This whole super hard mode boss in itself could be an experiment. Or just a nod to the fact that some people wanted tougher stuff, tougher environments where you have to focus more on survival. Do I have a GI build? None that I'm particularly happy with, no. It's not something I focused on at this point in time. I would say, was expecting with Corvex. He feels like he has Paladin Syndrome and he needs a lot of stats to work right. With Corvex, I'll be quite honest. I was curious as to what the very initial guides were saying. I saw a creator had put out a guide in 10 hours from the release of the actual update. It's like, that's one hell of a turnaround. New Warframe added to the game, 10 hours later, they got a full uploaded video on it. Sure, why not? Let's have a quick gander. I don't usually watch other creator stuff. Let's see what this person does. Because in 10 hours from the update releasing, let me think. The update released at what? 4 PM? I think it was, my time. Yeah, so to get that done in 10 hours, that was basically it. I had time to finish up what I was doing elsewhere, make sure the stream was ready, do the sponsored stream, and then go to bed. Voice sounds deeper today? I'm ill. Yeah. And you know what? It seemed mostly comprehensive. It covered a lot of what Corvex is capable of. There have been some changes since, hotfixes here or there, a little bits and pieces, but it was just Corvex. And looking at Corvex, let's bring him up. We're on the topic, why not? Honestly, unless there's a whole bunch of really hidden stuff, he just doesn't seem that impressive. Not to say he's not good. He just doesn't seem to have much to talk about. He puts down some radiation slowing pillars. He has a dramatic but honestly a bit janky grouping ability. Push enemies into a line, but terrain can kind of get in the way of that. He has status protection. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much status protection. And then we have a strange beam, which, if the enemies are grouped, actually can get some work done. If the enemies are not grouped, it suddenly becomes a lot less impressive, which then, considering that this is a bit of a weird grouping thing, Wall as a group ability is pain to use? Yeah. It just doesn't feel like there's a lot really to talk about with him, to be quite honest with you. And I'm sure I'm missing details, but I've not had the time to really try and hunt down those details. And that's the problem, because it would be hunting them down. Like, is there stuff in here that D just forgot to tell us once again? Who knows? Have we got another Varuna on our hands? Who knows? I did not see it coming with Varuna. Jeff K say, hello, Mr. Framecrafter. I literally have your name, but sure. I've been using your builds and explanations to learn how to build craft, and the way you explain things is very helpful to learn how stuff is calculated. Thank you for being smart, that's all. Well, thank you, I appreciate that. I'm glad that it has come in very handy for you. I can also say, one thing I can say about Corvex, none of his parts will drop for me. Luckily, you can get them from the Syndicate shop with Bird 3, so there is a positive there. Maple Syrup, he has hidden stuff that makes his damage go crazy. I appreciate you telling me what that hidden stuff is. Thank you. Oh, here we go. Using Crucible Blast on his pillars gives the pillars Crucible Blast effects of doing more damage for each stack of radiation. So using this on pillars give... Pillars will pulse faster after being hit with a blast, spreading more. Pillars don't go through walls. Containment wall is crap. Dicemetric guard immediately removes status effects. On cast, Dicemetric can apply knockdown radiation. Crucial blast grants invulnerability. Spread radiation used to weapons. Yeah, it doesn't mention anything about any kind of combo there. So using Crucible Blast, this thing, on his pillars, gives the pillars Crucible Blast effects of doing more damage for each stack of radiation. Curious. Each enemy struck suffers radiation, which will guarantee its effect. Whatever's going on there. Curious. Yeah. Does the 2 do any damage as well, or is it just alignment? Containment wall. Yeah, it does do damage. Base 2,500 impact, and then 150 radiation, which is basically nothing. And it applies damage vulnerability. I've talked about this before now, but Warframe ability damage is kind of weird in that at low levels it is absolutely stonkingly good, and then at high levels it's just meaningless. At high levels it's just meaningless. Because look at this here. I'm looking at 5,000 impact damage on the containment wall. Okay, 5,000 impact damage. Let's get an elite lancer. What is 5,000 impact damage when you don't know how levels translate? Well, an elite lancer at level 15 has effective hit points of 250. Now they resist 25% of impact, but that's not going to make a huge amount of a difference overall here. With 25% impact resisted, we can treat this as we have about 3,700 damage. Yeah, 3,700. We hit 3,700 quite high up. At level 39, an elite lancer would still be one-shot by this. If my information on the wiki is correct. Level 39, an elite lancer still gets one-shot by this with this 200% strength. Alright? But then after that, well, if you get onto Steel Path, even level 101, the starter Steel Path, their effective hit points by that point has risen. Oh, let's go 115 because the wiki doesn't like 101. By level 115, the effective hit point of the Steel Path is just shy of 1 million. There is no amount of strength you can mod onto Corvex here to make this ability do anything close to 1 million damage. Strength will not get you there. Viral procs will give you a multiplier, sure, but we'll be looking at tens of thousands, maybe a couple 100,000 if you really push every detail you can, but it's just not gonna go there. Yet for the entire star chart, this ability slaps. Crushes, I suppose, is more accurate. And yet weapons are the complete opposite. Weapons start down at tiny amounts, and then you slap some mods on and just... There was one of the high notes I can't currently do. Boop. It goes up to oblivion. Is there the barrel scale? Yeah, sure, there's that. But it's saying TLDR, hit the with the 1, hit the 1 with the 4, the 1 inherits damage ramp up. You know what, let's just go sim and see what happens. Oh hey, that's maxed out. Let me quickly spend this before I forget again. But I, one bit of fire. Cool. Have I checked the interaction between Corvex 1 and 4? That's literally what we're just going to do. Is there anything that has a linear scale in this game? Strength, damage. Pretty much. Yeah, strength as it relates to damage. And even then it's normally linear. I think there's a couple things that skip around that. Agar, that is an extremely broad question. I'm not even sure where you're intending us to go on that. Sorry. It's just too broad for me to even try to engage with. At least in any useful manner. Right, now this isn't a fully leveled Corvex, so I don't think it's going to be remotely impressive at this point in time. Ability damage numbers on, otherwise it's going to be nothing. And let's get rid of Thagomizer because viral procs are going to mess with everything as well. I should really finish leveling Corvex. Pillar gonna time out. I've used the arsenal. So pop that down. Here we're seeing 366, 366, 366. So just a little bit of damage then. Just a little bit of damage. Okay. Is there any ability that deals percentage damage other than Reeve? I don't know about percent damage. I know there's a number of scaling ones, like for example, Vauban's Fletcher tool, but that definitely scales with level. Alright. But oh god, it smacked her in the face. But this is no armor strip. This is not even finished leveling it. I have run out of energy though. But level 195, Steel Path Heavy Gunner, 9 finished leveling, no armor strip, and it was doing that. Alright. Was it Steel Path? Yeah, that's his Steel Path. Age Vampire and Trinity with minimum duration, hits for 5 million. Hits based on the enemy's hit points, for sure. Only strength on Corvex to the 4th is not useful because the 4th deals extra damage only if enemies are nearby. I mean, you're still scaling the damage you're working with. It's a multiplier on it. You can get some significant multipliers, but sure. Yeah. Each enemy struck suffers radiation damage with guaranteed status effect. Enemies affected by radiation status explode in a chain reaction. Yeah. The explosion is per status. More statuses, more explodey. Or bigger explodey. And then just scales. Excuse me. It looks a bit better than Wisp Beam. It is a lot better than Wisp Beam for various reasons. One, you go invulnerable whilst casting it. That's huge. You can place something like that, and it actually does something for you. Really not totally sure on that. What's going on there? I'm just not sure what the trigger is for a boom. That I need to understand better. Containment Wall also says it empowers the pillars. Can you try it? Yeah, it says it in tips, yeah. So basically, if we just pop one of these down. Didn't mean to do it there, but whatever, that'll work. It's doing 22 damage a time. Now we go bonk. Still 22 over here. But on these, it's doing more. Mostly, the thing it does on the pillar is it makes it pulse faster for a bit. But as much as these ones are damage vulnerable, these ones are not. And the same pulses are just going out. You need to prime enemies with the radiation first, then use beam. I mean, the beam produces radiation. And we got the radiation from the pillars. That's how it's supposed to work. If I just do a bomb. That made a bit of noise. Stonk. Bonk. And then chonk. Oh, I didn't even hit the pillar. Oops. It's fine. And this is not fully leveled. Dark Angel says it explodes when there is a stack of radiation. Explosion damage scales depending on the amount. Explodes when there is a stack of radiation. I'm seeing explosions happening at different times. It's just... because the explosions keep on going off. Radiation keeps on being applied, but then it just kind of stops. I'm not sure on when the explosions actually trigger. It's not very clear to me. Because like, if I just target this one on the end here, pop, 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 pop. It feels random, like a radioactive half-life of sorts, but I don't know. It's going to need some serious looking into on this one. Beam having punch through is pretty great. Yeah, it's nice. Also, base pillar pulses need line of sight, but if you hit the 4th, you do not need line of sight. That's interesting. Is this pillar going to be in range? Possibly not. Let's grab a new batch. Get them closer to that wall there. Okay. New pillar. Pillar definitely doing nothing to these ones. We beam it. Still nothing. If I put a marker on you... Didn't hit the pause, sorry. So that's only about 8 meters, alright. That's better. Need to hit the orb of the pillar. Sure, alright. Because these things are specific, sure. Oops. Yeah, I think I just punched through there. Let me try this again. Pretty certain I'm hitting it because it's pulsing faster and I'm seeing nothing. Yep. That seems like you're telling me porcupines. Because if I now do this, or damn, that can't be best rise. What range do I have on this? 11 meters. Okay, can't go that far out. I'll put this over on the edge here. Yeah, she's definitely getting tickled by it. Definitely speeds up and applies the boom effect, yeah. For a bit. Not sure on the triggers. Yeah. Alright. It's a curious one. It is a curious one. So I'm saying I found it better for his 4th kill, to dump strength and upper range as much as possible. Curious. Alright. I should probably get this leveled. Yes, no foreman. Let's just go get this leveled, and then I'll care about building in a moment. I do need to finish leveling it. Again, slightly dying again. It's fine. Let's quickly go get this leveled somewhere. Shouldn't take too long. Ah, might take a little longer than intended. Take very long if I'm not on... No, I am on public. Okay. I expected it to grab a squad. There's a squad. What do we got? No idea. Warframe Plus. What is this? Alright, we'll find out in a moment. Do not die on us. I don't intend to die. I'm going to live forever. And just occasionally have moments of illness.
Your duty in this experiment is to dispatch as many specimens as efficiently as possible.
Surprise squad? Yep. We'll get what we get. We get infested. Great, my favourite. Titania, Mirage. Well, we got a Mirage. That's what we needed. A Mirage. So... Yo, good luck with the vid. I'm just going to put a smile. Because they haven't actually addressed me directly. And I don't like presuming. So I'm just going to smile. If they want to address me directly, then I can respond in kind. I get this from time to time. I would end up in a public mission and someone just be like, yo, wait. Right. 90% I know what you're on about, but I'm not going to be that guy that assumes. I'm not going to be the one.
Oh, the Kenjineer! Oh my god! Wait, are they here? Kenjineer.
Betty, thanks. I'm not going to be that guy who assumes it. This is the real Kenjineer? There we go. Yep. Say hi to stream. Now they know we're on stream chat, you're allowed to mock them if they do something stupid. Now they know. If they stay in the squad, it's their choice. Be kind. I was off by the medium. Yeah, there they were. But it's fine. I'm just not paying attention, just hoping to gain passive levels. I'll be quite honest. Infested are not very great for levels. Hopefully the next one will be Grenier. Putting that peer pressure on? Who's putting the peer pressure on? Them or me? Watched your Golden Eye Form of 5 video yesterday and tried it. Oh, well, fair enough then. Yeah. Fried my brain and stopped. That's to be expected. It really is. That is not exactly a standard farm, or a farm I would even recommend. It's just a farm I researched, a farm that works, but... I figured, well, a lot of people are going to have that question. They'll encounter it like, ooh, could you use it for this? And now I have you the answers. Yes, here's what happens.
A data conduit is open. Go now.
Phoenix saying, Corvix feels like a super overly complicated frame, but a very self-synergistic... Oh, I have no energy. There we are. Very self-synergistic and thematic feeling wide. His abilities feel like you're creating a power fantasy of reactor meltdowns, scaling up to madness. Sure. No, I just kind of slapped them all on a placement of it. That was unexpected. Hold on, is that going to happen again? Or is that the Mirage doing it? No, that was me. That's super friendly. Ugh. God, I hate colds. I hate illness in general. It's just so pointless. I know there's not meant to be a point, but it's just so pointless. Random genetic code flying around in a bloody virus, lodges itself into me and then just screws my shit up for a week. I mean, what the hell is that? Biology Y. Biology Y. How close are we to leveling? 22. What? How is it so bad? Yeah, the ring can be obtrusive. I know what you mean there. I know what you mean. I've had it applied to me by other Corvexes, and it sure does get to be a lot, doesn't it? This streaming faction will work well with explosive legitimate build. That's what we got. See the bombs? The sparkly sparks, they mean there is a bombs. Oh, excuse me. They're on 800 kills. It's just we're not getting a lot of bloody affinity from this. It's not great, because Corpus following Infested is just bad. Yeah. It's just bad. I'm just kind of chilling whilst we wait for the next round to come about. Maybe it'd be something worthwhile. Maybe not. That be that. Alright, next round.
Data conduit. Proceed immediately.
Somebody's saying Virus exists because it works very well. Yeah, doesn't mean you have to be happy about it. Hey, Grenier.
Conduit jump. These experiments
Sorry, excuse me.
dictates increased efficiency. I trust you will be able to complete this study, Hunter.
Set this up here. And then this over here. That should be neat enough. If I aim between the two, I might hit both. I think I did. I was saying, unfortunately, you don't have damage attenuation like Fragmented Tide. No, but I do have a good con stat. Usually. Saving throws ain't doing too great at the moment, but I have the winter debuff in effect. That ain't so great. But overall, it's fine. It's manageable. The voice sounds bad. Goblin game worse. It's just... It was like this at the end of stream on Sunday, and Christmas, New Year's, just... Sorry, Christmas, New Year's, Christmas Boxing Day even. It's not New Year's yet. Christmas Boxing Day, ugh. Wipe out. Barely got to enjoy it with family. The idea of doing anything even remotely work-related, no. This stream is the first work thing I have done since the Sunday stream. Which, game for this. In Christmas, can you blame me? I've just been sick for it. They deserve that pun. You can't even see it in chat. I'm going to move my head over. Thoughts on Corvix? He seems pretty concrete. Boxing Day? Yeah, so the day after Christmas is called Boxing Day here in the UK. Don't know which other countries might have that as well. We call it Boxing Day because... No, in 30 years of living in this country, I've never figured it out. I've been told it different ways by different people. I've never cared to remember the reality of it because at the end of the day, it's not even my holiday. It's just a national holiday. That's a bad joke by myself. Alright. Banning myself. Bye-bye. Well, that was enough of that. Alright then. Greetings from Bulgaria. Nice. Come here if you like corruption. Ah. Not nice. No. Maybe not, then. I would have other responses, but I'm on stream, so let's not get political. This is a gaming channel, not a politics channel. We don't go down that road. I have my thoughts on politics. Everyone has their thoughts on politics. But not whilst we're here. The only time I will talk politics on a live stream is if that live stream is specifically meant to be about politics. Or if my day job becomes politician, in which case, sure, whatever. Being as neither of those are true, I'm going to leave that where it is. How can you turn your aim on this mid-air? If I go... You kind of can. Okay, maybe not. Powder used for Shivering Contagion. Enemies faced by cold sayers have 30% chance to spread that sayers spread enemies within 6 meters. Primary. Oh. Interesting. Use its primary frostbite more with Verglass Cold build. Yeah. That's nifty. Yeah, Corrosive Cold. Nifty. Whoop, 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 whoop. Alright, max rank. GG. We're good. We're good, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Just realised there's no Murmur or NSO and ESO. Yeah, no Sentience either, basically. No Stalker, no Acolytes. There's a bunch we can dodge. Ah.
Hunter,
Goodness.
the sanctuary will go on without you.
Friday stream then? I don't intend to get political on the Friday stream either. No. Politics, is it better be under the Grenadier Queens or under the Corpus Directors? Is there really a better or just a less worse? You might think those are the same thing, but they're really not. Alright. Did you make the most of his time on stream? Yeah. Lost it all now. The ephemeral nature of this world. God tier mod for the Sentinels? Yeah. I don't know from the mod description if it spreads just the cold or if it spreads cold and other stuff. I'd have to look into that. I love how I did a Sentinel guy, then D went, hey, we're changing Sentinels. Ah. A little bit? Wait, no. We're doing it in 2 parts as well, so you can't even just react to the first lot properly. Oh. I see. Which Corvex ability does he give to the Helmet? That is a very good question. I haven't memorized that yet. Let's have a look. It is the Pillars. Okay, yep. So, if you want to deal a bit of radiation and slow in an area, that's your guy. It's basically the ultimate ability from, is it Catalyst? Yeah, in Apex. You just throw down a couple zones, which lightly damage and slow enemies in the area. It's basically her thing. She also had that radiation leak that she interacted with, and he is leaking radioactive core. I think about it, I'm starting to see some parallels. Just a little bit. Provides temporary buff. Oh, Conduit. Sorry, yeah. Catalyst is the witch. Yeah. Conduit. Starts with C, ends in a T. Does the same thing. Sorry. Yeah. I mixed up Catalyst and Conduit there. I'm sick. Let me have it. But yeah. Radiation theme. Creates zones to slow and damage enemies. Can provide temporary partial resistance to allies and self. Is there a speed boost in this? That's what he's missing. but instead gets Containment Wall, which, I mean, it's not quite the Catalyst one to go Catalyst Conduit Cross. No fanfics plus. Yeah, it's getting somewhere. So the speed boost, he has an enemy slow. No, that's on the alt. That's what I'm saying. What is the passive again? Forgot about it. Weapons wielded have punch through. Oh god, could you imagine that as a passive in Apex? For anyone who knows about that, Jesus Christ, could you imagine that would be busted? That would be busted. Are you saying there's a guy at Warframe who plays Apex, happens to be part of the team who designs Warframes? No, I wouldn't be saying such a thing. Absolutely not. I could probably just be more pointing out curious, coincidental parallels that have nothing to do with it. In much the same way as the Infested on Deimos absolutely do not resemble anything to do with the, well, the Zerg in StarCraft. There's definitely no connection between any of that stuff. None whatsoever. In fact, I would go so far as to say that I don't think any game has ever referenced any other... I can't keep doing this bit. Anyway, yeah. The fluff from Halo even? Oh, yeah. The fluff from Halo, which also copied StarCraft. Or how the typical trinity of humans, space elves, and infested things. It's basically human space elf zombies. That's what we get in a repeating theme, it seems. The humans, the space elves, and the zombies. Pops up in a few places. False Halo was the first game ever made. Sure. 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 Let's go with that. Yeah. Who's the dwarves? Oh, the dwarves were sensible enough not to get involved in this shit. They just do, no. 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 We've seen how this goes. We're digging to the center of the planet and we're calling it a day. Ray saying, done with work now? Ah, shit, that probably means it's close to the end of stream. Shit, it is. There it is. Yep, Ray finishes work, that's when we have to run away. Pretty standard stuff. Pretty standard. Ah, dear. But hey, let's cover a few things. First of all, thank you to Lancy. Reminding anyone who's not yet got in on it, we've got the Platinum Raffle running today, so make sure you grab yourself a ticket for a chance to win it. Those of you who've not grabbed a ticket yet, I'll let you run those through whilst I mention all the other bits and pieces. Second, yes, I'm still ill, that's why my voice is like this. I'll be quite honest, first of all, I didn't realise there was a burp there, I thought I just had a bit of pain. There we are. I actually feel my voice going even worse right now, so we are definitely close to wrapping up. Oh, Ray, I just don't want to give you this cold. That's what it is. Totes. Third thing, on Friday, this Friday, 2 days' time, we got the AMA stream. There's a couple things you want to know about that. Actually, there's a few things. I'll stop counting and just run with them. Over on Discord is where you should be submitting any questions. There are a heck of a lot of questions in the AMA thread, so please make sure you drop your question over there if you want to get anything remotely resembling a reasonable answer to your question. Because otherwise, well, you're hoping there's not too many questions in front of you if you try asking it during said live stream. Also, on that stream, I'm going to be doing a giveaway of the Sanctum Supporter Pack, courtesy of DE. For those of you who have no idea what that is, or just can't be asked to look it up, let me help you out on that. That's going to be this one right here. That's 350 platinum. Oh, look at that little bit of animation action. 350 platinum. The Erkine Hammer. The Kalimos Kavat Gene Masking Kit. The Envy Insignia. The Necromite that you see floating around my orbiter. The Albrecht 1999 display. The Albrecht Jaku display. The Grimoire Altar. Albrecht's Treasure Glyph. You've got the Sanctum Color Picker. The Too Late emote. And a Vaska Kavat as well. So you don't have to go through the whole process of getting a Vaska Kavat. You can just have one. All of that. Single pack, one winner, Friday. So even if you don't care what I have to say, You can at least tune in and grab a ticket, right? And then just leave it open to boost the view account. You know, just saying, just saying. It's not like adverts will keep rolling. You only get them as a pre-roll, and that's it. In this channel, I don't run mid-rolls. So do enjoy that. Look forward to that on Friday. And Too Late Emote seems funny. I was kind of hoping the Too Late Emote was going to be something more along the lines of, well, he's like too late. He's just, I was hoping it'd be a bit more broody, but it's fine. Wasn't what I expected, that's all. But yeah, all of that lot on the Friday there. Out of curiosity, do stream views do something? They put you further up the category. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. For people who run mid-roll adverts, it's also additional revenue where the adverts run. I suspect that is why someone might, you know, want to do a 24/7 live stream of nothing in particular. One would assume that is where one is finding value in doing such a thing. But who am I to say? Who am I to say? But otherwise, yeah, it puts you up the category and just makes it more likely for other people to notice something is happening that may be of interest to them. That's the long and short of that one. Race I have Equinox Knight Noble on my Limbo. That might could work extremely well with that. Hey, fair do, fair do. Have I missed anything as well? So we got Black Raffle, mentioned that, with the giveaway up in there. Nope, I think that's all I'm going to remember for now. So, we talked attenuation, we talked Corvex a bit. I've got a max rank, so I can have a look at that later on. Let's do the giveaway here, because otherwise my voice is about to completely collapse. Let's close the entries to that now. That is all closed up. When the AMA closes? The AMA closes in basically 26-ish hours. If you don't get your messages in before Friday, I will be locking the channel. To lock in the messages, I'll be going through them, making sure that I can appropriately address them, trying to sort out if there's duplicates of a question. I kind of want to bring them together, just so we don't bounce all over the place. Certainly some questions need to be addressed all as one. If you've looked through the thread, you know which one. So yeah, I'll be closing that up Friday morning so that I can actually process everything. AMA? Yes. Freezing Worm. What's your question, actually? Because Cosmo gave me a full question. I don't actually know what you're asking, Freezing Worm. Whilst you type out your answer, or your question, let's draw the winner. The winner of the Platinum giveaway is Flowing Thoughts. Flowing Thoughts, congratulations. The 75 Platinum will be yours. I'll be contacting you shortly after the stream to ensure we have all the right details, get that sent on over for you. Asking, you hosting one Friday? Yes. Questions to be placed ahead of time. So if I just bring up my Discord to remind of the details, it's announced on the Discord. There's the announcements channel on the Discord for announcements for this very thing. So head on over to the Discord and check the announcements channel. The announcements on this very thing. !AMA, as in the stream title, giving you some deets as well. But basically, yes, post your message on or your questions on the AMA thread. Join the stream on Friday. Find out all the details you want to know. Like Al Ager has recently added the question, did you ever get into some situation with police, like being taken as a witness? Interesting question. That is an interesting question. That is certainly a much more interesting question than, well, some of these. But we'll get to that on Friday, won't we? We'll get to that on Friday. Anyway, that is all we've got time for today. Let's see, who can we raid over to? Who can I dump you lot with whilst I collapse? To be quite real about the situation. I'm just going to mute up in that side of things, just on the off chance that whoever I have a look at is doing something they should not. Let's have a ganders. Who is on Warframe that we could raid on into? Hold up, why? I have someone I follow and it's currently that. Let's see here. Kadoma. When was the last time we went to Kadoma? Oh, we're going to Kadoma. The first words I heard when I unmuted Kadoma was, I've heard mathematically. I don't know what's going on, but we're going there now. We're going to Kadoma. He's talking something mathematically. We gotta find out what it is. Let's head on over there. Quick, 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 quick. This is all we got time for. I'm gonna put us onto the ending screen in just a moment. We're going to raid Konoma, find out what's this mathematics. Clearly, that's going to be the most important thing right now. I'll see you guys in Friday if I haven't died in the meantime. Have a good one. Bye-bye.